rodeo in Las Vegas with excavators and backhoes and stuff, and it was miraculous to see what the people can do that have been on those for years. Of course, all we did was go and embarrass ourselves. So.
What do you mean?
Well, we won the state championship, so we got to go to the Nationals in Las Vegas.
Who's that?
I worked for Denver Public Schools. I was a safety director, so I got the buses were involved in truck rodeo, and so we won the state. We went to Las Vegas.
What did you have to do?
Oh, you have to park them, move them through all these obstacles and parallel park with almost no room and just stuff like that. It wasn't terribly hard. But won the state championship and went to Las Vegas, and my guys went out the night before and were so drunk and hungover the next day that we finished last. I was mad. One of them never showed up. Yeah, one of them disappeared. Never did show up.
He's never come back.
Yeah. God, who knows? People can really be stupid.
Do you have questions about your finances and you're not sure who to ask? Get a free financial review at Westera Credit Union and get answers from local people you can trust. You'll get a free national or state parks pass too when you open any account. Learn more at WesteraCU.com.
How is it that apps can help you with everything? Sleep patterns, the traffic, what you pay for car insurance that's based on, well, who knows what? The way everyone else drives? The insurance company's whim? Well, that's what Nobler Insurance is here to fix. Car insurance with personalized monthly rates and rewards based on how much and how well you drive. No mysterious rates or mumbo-jumbo from an insurance agent that you're pretty sure is taking advantage of you. The Nobler app can measure things like how hard you brake and whether you're texting and driving. I know, you never do that. To things like daily mileage, to time of day, and even road choice. Do you head out on the highway or take the old town road? The bottom line, Nobler bases your personal monthly rates and rewards on how you drive, not everyone else, which means good drivers can save a lot of money.
If Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is on the log, you don't have to do it today, but I want to do them live for a while. Get some new.
Individual savings may vary. Must meet eligibility requirements to bind a policy.
Sinking, heating, concrete, cracks in the garage, basement, sidewalks, stairs, and front porches shifting? Don't replace, fix with Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerJackMudJacking.com.
It's the Dan Capla Show. It's 4 to 6.
Brown will allow its college athletes to make money off of their name. And have I been proven right? Dumping Tim Tebow would lead the Broncos into the football wilderness.
No, no, actually, because I had a doctor's
appointment. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. So many people are tuning in who are new to town, and I just want to tell you this is the place where we talk about everything. If you need help on anything, want to get something off your chest, somebody lied to you, ripped you off, cheated you, or you just had a talk and you said, hey, this is right or this is wrong, or something's just bugging you. It could be customer service. It could be a situation that occurred. Give me a call at 303-713-TALK. Did anyone see that example or demonstration of forgiveness during the sentencing of that woman who was sentenced? Or it was actually statements by the family. The woman, the policewoman, former policewoman, sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing a guy who she thought was in her apartment. She killed him. I don't understand how that could happen. Even walking into an apartment, even if you're on the wrong floor and you walk into an apartment and you see a guy watching TV, I think I'd know if it was my TV, my couch, my area, my house. I don't know. I guess she was so excited and so afraid. But in any case, she was found guilty and obviously not of premeditated murder. She only got 10 years. And the younger brother was talking and said, I forgive her. Can I hug her? He asked if he could hug her and went over and hugged her. A lot of people thought that was really good. And this woman, will she serve 10 years? Probably not. Will she be out in 5? Maybe. Anyway, that story just was such a terrible story to begin with, but it took some odd turns. Christine wants to talk about an HOA issue. Hi, Christine. Our number is 303-713-TALK. Christine, hi. How are you doing? What's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Well, this South Park 2 in Littleton, it changed HOAs on us, and I wasn't notified.
No, it doesn't change HOAs. It changed management companies.
Yeah, Centennial.
Yeah, and what do you mean you weren't notified? The board usually does that. It doesn't always take a vote. Really, it only takes a vote if the bylaws require a vote. Since I'm not familiar with it, you're saying they. Who is they that switched to a different manager?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Okay.
I noticed in our newsletter.
Is there any do you have any problem with it?
And, well, in the meantime, I had already sent the September payment to them on August 26th.
Is that the main issue then, the payment?
Yeah, and they're still got my payment. Yep.
Okay, so you sent your payment to the old
address. Yeah, electronic, bill pay.
But normally that goes into the HOA account, even if it goes to, you say, to one management company. It's an account maintained by the management company. It's not like they keep the money. So I think that they would be able to fix that in a minute. You
would think.
Well, first of all, let me ask you the most important thing. Is the HOA considering, which payment did you send to the
first September. I sent it August 26th.
Okay. Are they saying you're late? First of all, let's get that straight. Is the new management company calling you late?
I don't believe so. In fact, I sent extra to cover late fee for September to the new one, just to cover myself,
Here's what I would do. I would contact the new HOA company, or excuse me, the management, and let them handle it. They'll retrieve the check. I don't think anyone's going to try to keep it. I think this is just, you got caught up in the paperwork. So this is the first thing, and you can call us back. I would call the new HOA, let me call it the management company. That's what it is. Call the new management company, explain to them what you did, and they'll retrieve it because they want the money for themselves. They want it in their coffers. Obviously, they want it in their coffers so they can, make sure they have the money to pay the bills and all that. If you have a problem, call us back. Really. Brooke, you have a problem or you have an issue with the landlord. What's going on with the landlord?
Yeah, I do have an issue with the landlord.
What is it?
The safety of my family is my main concern with our landlord currently.
Well, that sounds pretty serious. What's going on?
Yeah, so basically somebody replaced a window pane without our knowledge, and no one at this point has any idea who came into my home, when they came into my home.
Wait a minute. A window pane, was it a broken window? Let's go there first. Somebody just came in and randomly, changed a pane. Was the pane broken?
Yes, sir. There was actually 8 windows that had to be completely replaced.
Were they all replaced or just, are you calling about, were they all replaced or just one of them?
All 8 windows were replaced. When they replaced those windows, there was 3 that had broken window panes. So then they would have to come back to replace those 3.
And when they came back, okay, so obviously it was someone who was on that job. I mean, it's not like they just, you knew they were coming to fix those at some point, right?
We knew they were coming to fix them at some point. However, the management company did not know who they had hired to replace the windows. I was the only one in contact with the man.
Who did they pay? They had to pay the bill, so who did they pay?
That is one of the main issues is we're not in contact right now with the management. They won't return my calls to find out. So they actually asked me to give the information I had for him. Once we contacted him, he has not yet replaced the windows. He still had to replace 3 of them.
Okay,
and we said, no, actually, now there's only 2.
Okay, so you're not talking so much about someone coming in and doing it, but that they are so disorganized they don't know who did it, so now you can't get them done. Is that, you can't get the job completed. Is that the main issue right now?
Actually, the safety is that someone came into my
Yeah,
home
but there
and
there
we
was
don't
no
know
safety
who
issue.
replaced it.
Listen, okay, first of all, I can't go there, and I'll tell you why. Nothing happened, okay? Sure, could they have done it better? Sure they could. But I am sure that it was someone who was qualified to fix it because one of them was fixed. Now you have 3 others that need to be fixed. Okay, if we get caught up in saying, why did you send that person to begin with? I didn't want them to come. It could have, would have, should have. It doesn't matter. What we really need to do now is simply concentrate on hiring someone. The HOA or the management company has to hire someone to fix the remaining windows. You say 3 of them need to be fixed, and somebody, the mystery person, says only 2 of them has to be fixed. Is that right?
Correct. And the issue is no one has on record who replaced that window. The management company nor myself.
I understand that it's shoddy. Okay, they don't. But someone's going to come forward to get paid. I mean, obviously, don't you think someone's going to?
They were already paid before it was completed.
Oh, they paid in advance.
One of the issues is the person was complete. The person was paid.
Well, you know what? The ball is not in your
completed.
court, really. Here's the deal. It was a management company issue. They need to figure it out. You don't. It's not your responsibility. You have 3 windows that still need to be fixed, and the management company has to do it. Whether they use the same original person or get someone new, they have to fix it. So I don't understand why you are involved in this process. You should not be involved in the process. I mean, really,
Understood.
It's not your. I mean, apparently this is an HOA issue because it's not yours. It depends. Many times, these kinds of windows, the individual unit pays. But in this case, you're sure that they're taking it upon themselves to fix it, right? They are recognizing this as an HOA thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's call the HOA and say, look, or the management company, and say, look, it's unreasonable to put this burden on this woman. It's unreasonable. All she wants is her freaking windows fixed, period. And she doesn't know who did it. You're the ones who are supposed to know. Get off her back and get someone to fix it. Hold on. Deputy Clint, get their number and just give them a call.
The biggest hot tub in...
What could have happened really?
I wasn't listening too much. Did she tell you that she wants to get out of her lease?
Oh, no.
That's her main
based on this?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, come on, Tom. So go ahead and
Let's talk about Flexident. Flexident is the place to go when you have hail dings or hail damage. It's the preferred way to do the repair because it doesn't touch the paint at all. So if you don't have any paint damage, they leave it alone. They don't report to Carfax. It's like it was never there. It doesn't detract from value. Flexidentofcolorado.com, 303-619-6273. Immediate openings right now, 619-6273.
was her name Brooke?
You know what you can get for $11.99 a year?
What?
TheDogShit.com.
You can?
TheDogShit.com. Yep.
You
$11.99.
couldn't advertise that.
I was seeing if dog shit was taken
$11.99
a year. TheDogShit.com. I guess if you were selling, that one company that'll ship dog shit anonymously to people.
Yeah. Probably the same one that started out with dead roses you could send to people.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Does that mean we're going to kill you, Dead Roses, though? Is that kind of a mafia deal?
Our house?
Or that's a horse head?
No, fish.
The horse head?
No,
A fish.
Fish.
What do you do? You just send them a fish in the box?
A fish means you've already killed him.
Killed him and he slept it with a fish.
You dumped him in the water.
What do you mean? So who do you send it to?
The relatives tell him
Or the fellow gang members.
Oh man, so if you get a fish,
it means
hey,
he sleeps with the fish.
So if you send Joey's wife a fish, that means he's dead, and you're just telling her.
It means he sleeps with the fishes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Can they keep that fish to eat, or they gotta send it back?
How
about the little kid?
I don't know what proper etiquette is.
How about the dad that tells the little kid when they're looking in the East River, "There's someone swimming out there"? No one's swimming out there. That's where the mob dumps the bodies.
That was probably a dead person. That was his son.
And it's fucking Kramer.
Yeah, it's Kramer.
Ah, the second most polluted body of water on the planet. You're swimming in it.
It's just, my back is better.
How about that little midget that jumps in? He just sunk like a rock.
Oh wait, is that from Kramer? Wasn't he swimming in that?
Yeah.
In the East River.
And you got a whole bunch of people that swim with them.
Rates, credit optimization. They also have the pick your term loan. You may not want to go back to 30 years. You can pick whatever term you want. And then they have the rate guarantee if you refinance or you purchase and rates.
Let's look at this. This Ken really likes Seinfeld too. He goes, Kramer's out there in the river.
Within the next 2 years. And then the pre-approval of your
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Anthony. I'm actually going to say thank you to an inspector.
But if you're pre-approved, then they guarantee you'll close in 3 weeks or less. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO of Wesley Financial Group and timeshare cancellation advocate. I was sued by the largest timeshare company in federal court for simply helping me close on a timeshare that they've been lied to about. The jury sized me up and came back with a verdict after only 20
What did that mean? Well, Chase Johnson must be listening here. He says no one has to go inside and replace glazing.
To replace what?
Glazing, is that what they replace?
The panes, the actual panes.
So do they pay for the whole window or?
Troublesome timeshare.
Whether you owe
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna
$50,000
Jared, okay,
from your
you guys are
timeshare,
killing
it's
me.
my mission to get you out of your timeshare.
You have nothing to do with
eliminate
what
your
I'm doing.
payments, and get them off your back.
Killing me. You're fucking making me think of other shit.
Rating with a better business
That's
period.
our team.
There you go. You know the drill. Just sign
I
up
do.
your cell phone. Let me figure this out real quick.
There's a man.
You can tell us what rates are.
I don't know where the max is.
Well, I need to look. I didn't even look this morning because I know they're down. Oh yeah, the bond markets.
It's gonna go again too, man.
It's crazy.
We're gonna drop a half a point on that.
I bet we drop 7 points. We go -5.
I will bet you there.
So he'll be out of business because he's gonna have to give people money.
Ooh, that's bad.
Mark, can you look at this?
Let me finance you at -5%. So the bigger house you buy, the more we gotta pay you.
Hey, will you send me rates? I'm on Martino's radio show.
I'm gonna buy the whole block.
Send me 30 and 15.
It was just saying not responding.
Oh man, it's
This report is sponsored by Delta Dental
it's
of Colorado.
a crapper.
There's been scattered frost north and east of Denver.
It is in the crapper.
That's fine. I just look at that.
Hey, are we allowed to use these restrooms yet?
It does work. The elevator works.
Delta Dental of Colorado.
So we can use the restrooms and everything?
I didn't check the restrooms. The elevator works.
Anybody want Starbucks? I'll buy if someone goes.
I'll be in jail. I don't know if we have anybody available. That's on. Are you grilling?
Nice. It's awesome. I love it. Perfect.
You'll have to gouge your eyes
Cool.
out.
I have a mock-up. Oh, man. So I talked to a flooring guy who I know. They do all the stuff, all the installs for Home Depot and for Lowe's. They don't have any financing. So you mention it to them, they're like, yeah, we'd love to talk about that.
What? Yeah, he is, slowly but surely. I mean, I'm almost impossible not to
for sure.
like that.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. Okay, did we call on management? He's calling right now. All right. So
I think the bottom line is she wants out.
Was this Brooke? Brooke, you're the one that had the window repaired, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're renting, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're calling to get your windows fixed, but we heard something else. Since you contacted us, let me just explain this. People who call 303-MARTINO or write to us, help@troubleshooter.com, we get back to them. This is one of those cases. So as in your original communication, did you say because of this you wanted to break the lease?
There is multiple things that also go into this, but yes, sir, that is the ultimate. I would like to be out.
Let me tell you some truth and then some of my opinion. I understand why you want to get out if there's a lot of issues. In addition to repairing this and not knowing who repaired it, tell me the other main reasons you think you have to break your lease.
I did a little bit of research, and in the state of Colorado, it says typically a maintenance request should be completed within 30 days. It is up to, obviously, the maintenance personnel themselves. However, just with a select few issues, I have an
But hold on,
irrigation link.
you didn't finish. So in Colorado, you did research. Maintenance request should be completed within 30 days or what?
There is really no or what. It is
Okay.
is basically, it should be completed. That's under the renter-tenant law.
Okay,
Now, I guess
really
at that point,
there really isn't. There is something called habitability standards under different jurisdictions. Let's just get right to it. If you want to break a lease in Colorado, you have to have a reason. The reason must be that it is intolerable to further live there. It has to directly affect your health or safety. It cannot be just something that's a pain in the ass. Now, Brooke, under those conditions, if something is health or safety or minimal habitability standards, like you can't flush toilets or you can't use drains or something bad, you need to advise them that you're doing a constructive eviction. You're leaving unless this is fixed in a reasonable amount of time, and then if it's not, you leave. And then you use this law to fight to get your security deposit back. It's not automatic. Brooke, I'm just going to tell you straight up that based on my experience talking to thousands of people over the years, you're not going to get out of the lease based on the fact that they sent a guy to fix your window and you didn't know who it was. You're not going to get out of the lease.
What about without me knowing that they were even entering my home?
If you want the truth, it's not enough to get out of the lease. Okay? Somewhere in your lease, it allows them to go to your apartment and fix things. Now, listen, even if it doesn't, that one time, you have had no damages as a result. What you're talking about, let's just say, for argument's sake, that what they did was absolutely wrong. Now we have to ask, what are the damages? You have no damages. Now, if someone now breaks into your place and it's right after somebody had entrance, you could try to make the stretch that it's unsafe because they did it this way. They don't have adequate security measures when sending people to your home. But Brooke, I'm trying to short circuit a lot of your headaches because you're probably thinking you have all kinds of rights that you don't. I'm just telling you, based on our experience, not the law, on our experience, you're not going to break the lease because someone sent a repairman to fix your windows and you don't know who it is. You're not going to. And because they didn't get your permission. Did you talk to them over there, Clint? There's a button right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have enough information. They have over 3,000 homes they manage, so I didn't call off the address. And
Okay. Brooke, if we get more information, we can try to help you. Listen, when is your lease up, Brooke?
May of 2020.
Okay. Have you ever just asked them, say, hey, can I negotiate out? Can I get out of this lease? I don't want to stay here. Have you ever asked them that?
I have sent an email. Yes, we took time off of work and went down there. We were asked to leave and told that we need to send a letter into them. We sent a letter in a week yesterday.
A letter requesting
72 hours.
Requesting termination?
Termination with the deposit. They said that they had 72 hours to respond. And like I said, we sent this letter in Wednesday of last week.
72 hours must be
contact anyone.
72 hours must be their policy. There's no real, I've never heard of they have 72 hours. But here's the deal.
I still can't get a hold of anyone. No one will return my calls at this point.
We can help you get through to them. Clint's going to talk to you off the air. We need more specifics because they didn't know who we were talking about when we talked about broken windows being fixed. So we'll find out. But, Brooke, you need something stronger. However, what we'll ask them is this. Since it's such a renter's market and it's easy to get people, would you let Brooke out of this lease? Where do you want to go, Brooke, out of curiosity? Where do you want to go?
I'm looking at I would like to stay in roughly the kind of same area.
Okay.
But I'd like to get into a new house and if you still have a lease open in another house, it's very hard to try to get into a new house.
Just hang on then. 303-713-TALK. Now, this sounds quite serious. Rachel, your nephew was killed, And we talked to someone yesterday who had someone killed. Is this the same case, or do we have two different cases?
I'm not sure. My nephew was shot at the Denver Beer Depot on.
Yes,
38
we had a call yesterday from someone.
I like how the family's coming out to stick up for this guy.
Now, this was a terrible situation, and there wasn't one witness. Is that why you're trying to get the word out for Crime Stoppers?
Yeah.
Yep.
We just want people to go to Crime Stoppers and just, let them know if you've heard something or
Rachel, what do you think is going on? What do you think is going on? What's your gut? I mean, it's hard to believe that not one person saw anything.
If the story sounds strange to you, I'm just saying that's the same for the family. We have no idea what happened. We want this person caught so they can say, whatever they thought was a justification for killing my nephew.
Was it close range, Rachel? Was it close range?
Yeah, it was close range. I'm not sure what I can tell you that I know, as far as I don't want to hurt the investigation. But I know that somebody just walked up to him and shot him, and there was no confrontation.
Do they think it was personal, like against him, or just anybody would have been killed there?
Sounds gang related.
I don't know. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
Maybe a mistaken identity. Eric had a classic car that he'd been working on. He put about $25,000 into it in the last 5 years, and he just barely start, taking that to car shows, stuff like that. So could that have something to do with it? We don't know. What would motivate somebody to do something so awful?
Wow. Listen, we're going to get the word out. So give the time and date.
And I want to say also, too, that Eric didn't hang out at the beer depot. That wasn't a place that he went to.
Okay.
It was just a one-off that he was there that night.
Tell me the time and date again.
It was August 3rd, and it was a Friday night, but since it was 12:55 a.m. or whatever,
right.
So it was technically Saturday.
Technically Saturday morning, and it was at 12:30, and it was on the date of the. What was it? The
3rd.
The 3rd.
It would be the 3rd.
Okay, so it's technically the 3rd, as you said, and people can go to Crime Stoppers. Do you have that number?
I don't have it.
We'll
I got it here.
You okay? What is it, Dano?
720-913-7867, and there's a $2,000 reward out there for that too, for information.
And that's a 303, right?
No, 720.
I'm sorry, 720-913-7867. Thank you. That is tragic.
Might be mistaken identity, but gang. What's your gut? That's when someone comes up and does this, that's usually.
Yeah. It could be like gang. It might be one of those things to get into a gang, right?
That would be really fucked up. They used to do that shit in New York City, man. What they call that, you gotta kill someone to get initiated or whatever. That's fucked up. Just to get into a gang. They do worse than that in that, what's that,
down in Mexico?
Yeah, what's that game called? Something 13 or something.
Oh, MS-13.
Yeah.
Fix it.
They're fucking crazy.
Fix it long.
We should start a troubleshooter yet. Chain gang.
What do you got to do to get in?
Nothing.
Whatever you want.
You're in. $500. I don't know.
What do you think's fair?
Gotta have fancy car, Corvette, something cool.
You gotta be, yeah, that'd be cool.
Something we can all, take advantage of on the weekends. Helicopter, maybe.
Fix it 24/7. Did you know, listen to this, that just 1/20th of an inch of dust, a tiny coating of dust, can decrease your energy, or can increase your energy cost 20%. Yeah, 20% increased cost by just 1/20th of an inch. And that's incredible. And they do this for new customers. They'll do this clean and check for just $39. I want to say something. Of course, you can have it done if you're an existing customer as well, but $39 is the special of specials, because they'll take up to 2 hours or more to get this, take it apart, look at each part, clean each part, put it back together, and give a no breakdown guarantee, just $39 from Fix It 24/7. Dirt is the #1 killer of a furnace. Don't think because you don't have problems, you don't have to clean it. You do. And you don't necessarily need to do it yearly, but if you haven't done it, give them a call for $39. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939.
Is this the right number, Mark, for
If you run a small business, saving up to 30% on your
What is it?
I'm gonna call them.
That's why you need to check your rated high insurance.
Yeah. What are you calling them
High
for?
insurance makes workers' comp a no-brainer. Easy online.
Oh, fuck, it's a good deal, man. You know what? Don't say anything. I want a full, real report on it.
On what?
Dan's calling a price fixer on the 1995 cleaning. I mean the full, don't say anything.
Let's talk about Cracker Jack
I
One
can
Jack.
tell them where the furnace is at.
Don't tell him where the furnace is at. Don't even give him your address, Dan.
There is no furnace.
Yeah,
no
that
furnace.
would be impressive. We don't have a furnace.
We don't have a
We got a
furnace.
pot-belly stove now. Get to clean it.
Let's get to it.
Full of ashes.
Okay, it's official. I'm seeing Billie Eilish. I'm so excited.
What do you mean, see
Billy
it?
Idol.
No,
I
Billie
love Billie
Eilish.
Idol. It's a great day for a white
That verified
wedding.
fan pre-sale, such bullshit.
Wow.
It's such crap.
She's going to see a 17-year-old
with
pop
Adeline.
singer.
With Adeline. She's good, and you know it, Mark. You even like her when you live. But I
She
make
sounds
you
like an
listen
old
to
lady,
her.
which is funny.
And
Which
then he's
she's
gonna
saying.
play video games on there that you guys watch.
That's right. Whatever that means.
That's,
She's
no.
impressive.
Remember, isn't that's the thing with Tom, right? Your kids go to that. They go to a big thing and watch people play video games.
Yeah.
Tournament.
Check them out for yourself, and then give them a
Crazy.
call. There's no obligation.
What's your problem?
That's crazy.
What's crazy?
Watching people play video games.
Oh yeah, like Tom was saying, that one guy.
So when you're ready to learn more about a new home
He's got what, like 1 million views when he just goes to play a fucking game.
He fucking sits in his room that he created, and no, he has 20 to 50 million.
And he drinks like a Coke, and that's how he's getting paid, right?
Or
Just
other
place
or the T-shirt or the head, and then they have commercials. This guy makes 16 million a year. Mark, all he does is stream his games. 16 million.
I hope he's smart enough to save that fucking money, you know.
So
Now some do Minecraft, some do Fortnite. Those are the two main.
So do they like
How
have
about-
slow motion replays?
Is there a
Look at
guy?
how we
I
did
don't,
this.
no, because you can just go back on the YouTube. It's not live.
Is there guys?
Well, I guess it is live, but the ones you watch, are.
Is there guys people watch that are watching porn? So you watch someone watching porn and they get paid with placement?
Oh, jeez.
Hey, play that backwards.
Think about this though. Listen to what they were doing on some of the live ones. They were getting in trouble. Some guys that stream, right, and they're streaming on Fortnite. They would join the Fortnite and watch it, and then find out where he is. This is before they installed delays. So they would find out, because he'd say, I'm gonna build here, I'm gonna do this, I'm waiting, and then these guys would know where he is, and there's a name for it, but you get banned if you do that.
But now they have delays, so it's impossible to do that.
What is this?
The management company sounds very reasonable. They're going,
This is that lady, that Christine.
What did they say they'll do?
Brooke, they're going to contact management about it today and find out what it takes to get out of the lease.
Wait, they are the management.
So Monday.
Yeah, but the
I'm
lady
gonna
I
go to
talked to,
the
it's
spring.
a huge
I gotta
company.
go to the spring twice.
The management, she has to. I'm
One
sorry.
day after another.
The management in the management company, will have to contact us.
What is this sales meeting K-How? That has nothing to do
Are you
with it.
sore the next day? I'm sore that night, but not the next day.
R-I-D-A-N. Denver's talk station. 630 K.
Are you sore the next day after playing?
Hi, Tom Martino here,
713-TALK, 713-8255. Brooke, we talked to the management company to find out what's going on. They said that they will get back to you or get back to us on the steps for getting out of your lease. Let's see what they come up with, okay?
Okay.
And here's what I recommend you do. I recommend you revert to a month to month. And therefore, if you find a place, you can give them notice, 30 days notice, and be out. To me, that's the most wise thing. Because if you want out of the lease and you get out and you don't have something at the end of the time, you're going to be pressured. I don't think that they would be adverse to a month to month while they look for another tenant and you look for another place. But that would be my recommendation. Okay. Now, we have your contact information, so we'll be back in touch with you. Thank you. Steve, you have a roofing problem, is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Is it a serious one, Steve?
Well, so I had my roof replaced in Fountain after the 2 major hailstorms that we had down there, and the inspection report came back indicating that the replaced roof had failed the inspection.
And when did you have this roof replaced?
It was last fall. I believe it was in October.
And when was it inspected?
It was inspected this past May.
Why did it take so long?
Because of all the roofs that had been damaged. There were tens of thousands.
What is the contract? What roofer did you use?
I used a company called Prime Star.
How did you find them?
They were referred to me by a realtor friend of mine.
Okay, hold on one sec real quick. Dave, you happen to be on Steve's here. You have just the opposite experience. I want to get you, have you make your comment. I'm going to continue with Steve because this is the difference. You went to the referral list and found Excel. What happened? Dave, could you tell us about Excel Roofing?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, man.
Thanks for giving me a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, tell us about it, your experience.
Okay. Well, he is one of the best. He's the project manager was Scott Holman.
Yeah.
And just thoroughly professional, everything.
Good.
And
you didn't put a dime up. You didn't put a dime up front, did you?
No, not at all. And so all the insurance paperwork and all that is still in the process.
Good.
And I gave Scott a call and kept him in the loop there about where we were at.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, no problem. We know all about things like that.
Did your roof get inspected yet, Dave?
You mean before?
No.
They came in or after?
After. Did you have a final inspection yet?
No. No, he hasn't come out yet.
One thing I'm going to tell you, Dave, they guarantee 100% everything, which means they guarantee it'll pass inspection. So,
that's wonderful.
Is there anything specific you wanted to say? I want to get back to Steve and tell Steve what to do from here. Is there anything else you wanted to say about your experience?
I'll tell you what. People should think twice about hiring a roofing company.
I know.
And you just can't go wrong.
You're right.
Go wrong with these folks.
You're right. And we always tell people to do that, to go to the referral list. And thank you, Excel Roofing, he was talking about. Yesterday we had another good roofer in, Johnson Construction. We have good people on that list. Now, Steve, this company this Prime Star, what do they say they're going to do? I mean, obviously they should say, hey, we're going to come back and correct any issues. What did they say?
So they're saying that, look, the roof is still good, and there's still a warranty on it. And the issue is that the old underlayment was not properly removed, and so the new underlayment was on top of the old one.
Well, some jurisdictions allow stacking. Some of them do. But this one,
right.
how did
El Paso County doesn't.
How did the inspector know? Did he peel it up?
Oh, that I don't know. I only read what is on the El Paso County website. If you look up my address.
Did you pay in full, Steve?
The job there.
Did you pay in full?
I did, yes.
And
yes.
what? Oh, so they're basically saying they're not going to do anything.
Well, they haven't said one way or the other what they're going to do. And I've emailed them and left multiple messages.
They need to make it pass inspection. They need to make. Did you actually fail inspection?
Yes, I have that. In fact, I've got an email from them that actually says so.
How did you find this roofing company? You said it was recommended by a real estate person?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to that person and say, hey, this is what's going on?
I did.
I did. Yeah. What did that real estate person say?
Well, it's like, okay, noted, and I won't refer them to anyone again in the future.
All right, here's all we can do right now is you need to make a demand that they replace the roof or fix it. They have to. Listen, I think it goes without saying. By the way, do you have a contract?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It goes without saying they need to make it right. So, I mean, do you want us to call now, or have they actually turned you down, or what would you like us to do at this point?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a phone call from you and see. I mean, if you can shake the tree and see what falls, because right now I've not gotten any response via email or phone call.
Let's do it. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Speaking of roofing, yesterday I said more and more insurance companies are demanding that roofs be replaced before insuring it. Somebody else emailed me and said my mortgage company said I had to replace the roof, not my insurance company. So what about that? Brent Ivinson stopped by to say hi. He's with Ideal Home Loans. Brent, have you ever heard of that?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I have heard where, you obviously get a check from the insurance company. You need to get it endorsed. The mortgage company has to endorse it, but no.
But I mean, to get a mortgage, to get a loan on a home, do they go by the appraisal report only, or do they ever send out an inspector, ever?
No. So what that likely was is something was likely notated in the appraisal, and that's what is spurring on.
So if the appraiser says needs roof, do they ever say stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. FHA for sure. They'll look at that very,
and
very
then closely. A lender can say, get that.
Yeah, we got to get it done. We have a.
Is that only for FHA, or can it have?
No, we've run into it on conventional too if it's in bad enough shape. So we have a loan going on in our office right now where we had to have the sellers repair the roof before our buyers were able to close because it was in such bad shape.
So not only is there insurance companies' requirements, but also mortgage companies could have a requirement. But here's the bottom line. You should want that. I mean, really, because you don't want problems down the road. If you're buying a house, that's the time to argue about that roof.
Now, impact traffic.
You notice how we do that soft intro? You stop by to say hi.
Yeah.
What about this? I talk about real issues rather than just making it.
For sure.
Tip to a pool cue.
What is that? Tip to hell with that kid. Where was it?
You know what it is.
Shooting pool during the break or what?
Yeah, it must be. That's crazy.
Major's hustling people for money?
Budget.
I'm doing it.
Budget short.
I played fast domino. Alright, I get it.
Dude. Computer.
Minnesota fan.
Same hint too. It's both of us.
Then I can take a walk.
Three of us played cutthroat. Tell me that ain't a game. Minnesota Fats. But Fats Domino is a singer. You're so easy to amuse.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has the craziest deal. I don't know if you know Crazy Eddie from back east with his electronic stores. That's what they used to say. Crazy Eddie. Anyway, Crazy Mark Wachowski at Budget A1. This is a real deal. Listen to this carefully. Free transmission estimates, which include tearing out the transmission, opening it up, and looking at it with no obligation to pay. If you go somewhere else, they don't charge you. If you decide not to have the work done, they don't charge you. That's Budget A1 Transmission, South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. Look for Budget on my referral list, 303-781-9858.
Okay, let's see how. Oh, I thought I had a word one, damn it.
And everyone knows taxes are a huge risk to your wealth. That's why I want to give you a free copy of my best-selling book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street. You'll see what free.
Yeah, I'd like to listen to a roofer on that. What the harm is leaving the old layment down.
What is it now?
So they tore off the shingles.
Yeah.
But they left the old, the tar paper down.
Yeah.
And the guy who's bringing us
And
our
so he
comfort.
failed inspection.
The guy's bringing us our homebrew. They just had their first baby born a month early, so it's in the intensive care unit at Sky Ridge.
Oh.
So I hope I get to see pictures of new baby. Aren't new baby pictures fun?
I don't want any more kids.
I know, that's all Mike and I are.
I'm good. I got plenty. There's plenty of children in my
You
house.
have 3, right?
Yeah, they all cost plenty
You
of
got
money,
twin
and
girls.
they all. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They all occupy plenty of time.
How old are your twins now?
They're 14. They'll be 15 January 25th.
Oh, do they roll their eyes at you?
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
I was
that
with
is
Reagan last night, so I had Reagan and Brady at dinner last night because.
That's one twin and your son, right?
Yeah, and I said something to Reagan, and Reagan gave me that. She's like, oh, Dad, like seriously, like what? Again,
how old's Brady?
9. He'll be 10 December 31st.
Just started.
Oh, he's a New Year's Eve baby.
Yeah, we had the choice. Do you want this year or next? I'm like, we'll take that tax write-off this year. Thank you. We could use it. All the kids have been C-sections. Every birth in my house was scheduled. It was awesome.
If I never give birth again, it'd be too soon.
Well, for sure. I'm sure that's a going.
I didn't find it hard at all.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty easy. I got up, drove to the hospital.
You are an ass.
I got up, went to the hospital, got myself a Starbucks. I came back, and all of a sudden, okay, let's go. Hey, all right, there's the baby. Cool.
Mine was close, but I hit the bar.
I wore a shirt that says Coach Dan. I said, boy, you're good.
Boy, without you, this would have never have happened.
That's right.
Did you get the pat on the back?
I thought I was
Did
a
you get the thank you?
I was the Belichick of babies.
Shit. I had people running into our room asking if I could coach their wives. I made $8,000 that night. Our girl came out, Addie came out blue. I was terrified for a second, and you know, they whack her on the back a few times. She starts coughing and screaming, and that was that. There, she was fine from then on.
Hilarious.
I thought it was just so colorful.
I mean, it was
a good blue baby.
Look, a
She
lot
can
of.
join the Blue Man group in Vegas.
There you go.
It was a lot. It was a lot of work that day for me. It was very stressful.
It is stressful.
I had to make sure everyone got up on time, and to make sure we had everything for the hospital. I had to be there on time driving.
Our second one we scheduled.
No, that's
Just
well.
scheduled.
The twins were a C-section, so that was an automatic for Brady.
But that's scheduled too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The whole thing was scheduled. I've never had an unscheduled child.
We did our first.
Wouldn't know
She
what that's
went
all
into
about.
labor, typical TV shit.
See, that's where you can tell good coaching, is when you go
Typical
in there
TV shit.
unscheduled
I
and it
love.
comes out perfect.
I remember
Coaching issue.
they come in for the old snip man on the wiener. Whew, boy, I didn't go into the room for that. They're like, "You want to be there?" I was like, "Hell no, no way! I don't want to be associated. I do not want to be associated with that shit."
Did you cut the cord?
That movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes.
You should be paid. It's not something you can
Joker baby.
John Fuller will fight and he only gets
You hear what Ross said he was going to do in that?
What? He's gonna what?
Gary.
I know he said he was gonna pack when he goes to see the movie. The only thing they check for at AMC is to make sure you're who you're supposed to be.
If he can get away with packing anybody, that sucks.
Oh, you could walk into any
A lot of fucking gunfight.
where we go to. All they do is make sure that the app matches your license, and they do it every single time. That way you can't walk in with my digital ticket.
But they actually looked at the picture of the license?
No, they look at the name. When they scan it, it comes up Mark
So
Major,
I can
and then
take-
they look at the license.
I can take your license and
Right.
I doubt anyone would actually.
No, because they're all kids. They are. They're all kids.
Plus
You
you
know
guys
that.
always dress alike.
I'm a much better dresser than him.
Same
Oh
colors.
boy.
They call me
Here we go.
GQ.
I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show, and we're going through 2 o'clock, or 2 o'clock today. Welcome. If ever you have a problem, you're listening on iTunes or Facebook or YouTube, or you want to figure out when to call, you don't have to figure it out. Just call 303-MARTINO at any time, 303-627-8466, and get right through now. Speaking of kudos, we had kudos to Excel Roofing, and Bill, you have kudos to Petrolli Roofing. Is that right, Bill?
Yes, sir.
When did you use them?
They actually came out in August, about mid-August, to put new roofs on the house, barn, shop, and garage
Cool.
from the blizzard we had back last March.
Yeah.
And I had picked out 2 of your contractors from your referral list and wound up going with Petrolli.
Good. And what happened? What the whole experience? Just what you expected.
It was well. They came out, immediately climbed up on all the roofs, took pictures, made marks.
Right.
Took down all sorts of notes and what have you, and then they told me what to expect. And
right.
They sent me over the estimate, and sent that over to the insurance companies.
See?
And they helped me deal with a, we'll say, less than professional and adequate adjuster. For
They
the
all
insurance
are.
company.
The insurance companies suck.
Why'd you choose the one over the other? I'm curious.
Well, I called out the other. He came out and made some remarks and took pictures of the snowdrifts we had and left.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Never even looked at the roofs, got up on
Now
there, and I never received anything from them.
That concerns me. Suzanne, would you do me a favor and get the name off the air of that? I just want to check it out for sure. Anyway, Petrolli did well. I'm happy. Dave Petrolli is a longtime resident. He's been in business many, many years down there.
My insurance company tried to okey-doke me yesterday.
Yesterday?
The real okey-doke. I signed up with Matt because I have hail damage, so he represents me. This insurance company knew that I hired a public adjuster, and they should have never contacted me. They called me directly and tried to get me to say some stuff.
Like what?
Well, they asked me, wasn't there multiple storms this year, and possibly you have multiple this and that? And how do you know you actually have siding damage and blah, blah, blah? I hit him right between the eyes.
What did you say?
I said, listen, man, I signed up, and you guys have the letter because I got a copy of it when the person I hired, a public adjuster, was hired to represent me. In no way should you be talking to me right now. Period. End of story. And then Matt followed up with a very nasty phone call to him.
Who's your carrier?
It's some very strange one.
Okay,
I don't even have the name.
Okay.
I mean, it's a really boutique.
Mary, what's going on? Hello, Mary.
Hello.
What's happening?
Well, I'm not even real sure if I can file a small claims.
Well, what's going on?
In court. Well, a couple of years ago, about December 2017, I was ill, so I was trying to purchase a gold necklace, a 14-karat gold necklace.
You said 2017.
Yes.
And you said you were ill and trying to purchase a necklace. I'm not sure what the connection is.
Well, I had liver cancer.
Oh, but okay, but what
so
did
I was
that?
Trying to purchase a chain, a gold chain for my grandson.
I see.
To remember me by.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're still around, Mary.
I'm still around.
Okay.
Anyway, at the time, I was on OfferUp, and a guy had a 14-karat gold chain.
On OfferUp, and this was in 2017, December.
December.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, we went back and forth on the price.
Yeah.
The price was $750.
You haggled, yeah.
We haggled back and forth. I gave him $350 and a Bose stereo, CD stereo, that was probably worth about $350. Anyway, we agreed to meet. It just happened to be on one of the days I had chemo, and I was.
Did you meet?
Just kind of
Did
rushed.
you meet?
Pardon?
Did you actually meet?
We met.
Where?
We met in Denver. I'm in Westminster.
All right, so tell me what happened. Did everything go well, or what are you calling about now?
Yeah, he showed me the chain. He signed a little piece of paper receipt. We both signed it, dated it.
And exchanged. You exchanged money and property. Okay, so now you now you have the gold jewelry. You're sick with cancer, and what happens?
So about 2 weeks after that, I decided to go get the chain cleaned so I can send it to my grandson.
And this is now probably 2018, or is it still before Christmas?
Right. It was right around Christmas.
Okay, so what happened?
So the jeweler said, "I'm sorry, this is not gold." And I said, "Well, the ad."
Right, I understand all that. So what happened? Let's speed forward to not gold. Did you call the guy back and say, "Hey"?
I text him back.
Yeah.
And so he said, no, it's got to be gold and this and that, back and forth. And then he said, okay, we will get together and I will refund your money. He said, I already sold the
Bose
stereo, so maybe I can buy it back and we'll get together and I'll give you your money back.
Did you ever get your money back?
No.
And is that what
so
you're
then a
calling
couple
about
weeks
today?
later- right.
Because now,
So a
hold
couple
on.
of days
So
later-
it went from December 2017 to December 2018, and now we're almost to December 2019. So we're talking about almost 2 years.
Right. Well, in between all the time that back and forth, he said he'd give me the money. Then he turned out not to.
Okay, so
And
do
then
you
I
want us to
kept
try to get your
texting,
money?
writing.
Is that what you're calling
Right.
about? Do you still have the chain?
I still have the chain, all the text messages, all the messages.
All right, hold on. Let's
from-
get this guy's number. Hold on. I'm Tom Martino. We'll see what comes up with that. Plus, talk more about loans with Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans, and whatever's on your mind. And plus, a follow-up on the roofing problem and more. That's what we do. I want you to get...
For the first time last week.
Oh, you've never met Skippy? Oh, he's a peach. You have never met a more impatient individual in your entire adult life than Skip Weller. The very first time we went to San Diego to do media stuff for our office out there, we're at the airport. Oh, I cannot believe how long security is. Like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, why are we not boarding the plane? What is the delay? We get there, it's like, what's with the traffic here? I'm like, hey, man, I get to spend a night in a hotel room tonight without my 3 children and anybody nagging me, and you are being a bigger pain in the ass than my kids are. Will you please calm down? Like, it is unbelievable with you. I go, you are something else. Sorry, man, I'm just super impatient. It's like, oh my gosh, Skip, you gotta relax. Ugh. No, Tom knows. Tom's done one. He's a great guy, but whoa, playing golf with him's an even bigger disaster. Like, dude, can we just take a deep breath here for a minute?
That's funny you said
I guess this guy, I didn't hear this. This must have been when Daphne was doing the show. High-Tech Roofing, this is a request for you and your station to run a disclaimer from your 9:30 broadcast. I have the same name that was broadcast, and I work in the same industry.
What was the name?
Oh, I'll talk about this. Actually, I'll talk about this. This is very valid. Do you have that folder with you?
No, it's downstairs.
Get this guy on. Let's get him on.
No, he's a good guy, man.
Yeah, let's get him on.
He's a good guy.
Should I get him on?
Yeah, tell him. He talked to me. Tell him I want him on.
Okay.
The bad guy literally has his same name.
I
And they're both roofers. I mean, wouldn't that suck if there was a Brent Ivinson out there doing loans and basically were ripping people off?
It'd be terrible.
It's crazy.
I can run down and get it. I got time.
Yeah, go get it. I'll switch it back because I should have all the notes on it. We never did update on that, Tom.
Okay.
It's a
In
bad
fact, it's
deal.
still not done.
Yeah, hurry up, man.
Hurry up, man.
Wow. Pick up the pace, bro.
Come on. Get it going.
What are we doing here?
The CDC says getting vaccinated saves society money, and now new findings back that up.
The Wallet Hub survey found immunization saved nearly $1.4 trillion last year. People not being able to work,
It's amazing people would think that they don't.
Oh, you'd be surprised how much fucking crazy shit there is out there.
Tons.
And you know what? That one fucking guy that supposedly did the study linking it to autism was the biggest fucking phony there ever lived.
It was that.
It was the biggest piece of horse shit that ever happened.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if there was a few cases linked, who cares? Besides the people that it affected. Tell him I'll handle it. Tell him to listen. We'll talk about it in a minute. He doesn't want to come on. He's a really old guy. I mean, he's got to be at least 65. Did you just ignore that, or? Okay. Okay, you got it? You just weren't going to give any credence to it? Okay.
No life to it. No life.
Okay, no life. Understood. You were in on that, right?
Duly noted.
Duly noted.
Duly noted. This is the other thing. My 9-year-old, we were down at stopped at my parents' house the other night, and Brady's like, "Can we go?" I'm like, "Hey, say hi to Grandma and Grandpa." He's like, "It's like a museum here. You can't touch anything. It's no fun." I'm like, "Shh, keep your mouth down." Like, dude, what is wrong with you? Oh man, it's just. And my mom, like, you could eat off the floor in our house when I was a kid. It was immaculate.
Did you have plastic on the
No, but it was just like everything was always clean. Like it was. And now I'm a clean freak because of it, which I'm somewhat thankful for, but not.
I am really crazy. I'm not fun.
Yeah, I'm not either. Like, you get up and like, "Hey, fluff that pillow and put it back," and they're like,
me too.
"You're a lunatic."
I'm really crazy.
Yeah, it's
yeah, and I don't think it's healthy what I do.
no, like when can you deal with a dirty car? Does it drive you nuts?
No.
Yeah,
dirty what?
Car.
Oh God, no.
No, like every week it's got to get cleaned. Like Brady.
God, I have one request.
I have a
Take
pass
your
to the car
shit
wash.
out when you leave the car.
Yeah.
You leave a straw or cup.
Right.
I said, God damn it, how hard is it to just take your
Yeah,
shit?
right. Like Brady I'll pick him up from baseball practice. I have black leather interior in my car. I'm like, dude, grab a towel out of the back and sit on the towel because he's covered in dirt. It's like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, look, you can crawl around your mom's car.
Never have black leather.
It's so impossible. It's like, Yeah, no, I'm a full-blown cleanly lunatic. Like, the yard is not mowed and the cars are not cleaned and the house is not cleaned and things aren't just so like I can't start the week. It drives me crazy.
Can't wait for our launch Tuesday, man.
Delta Dental of Colorado can help you protect your oral health so you can unleash your smile power.
I love that logo too, by the way, yours.
DeltaDentalCO.com today to see all of the plan options for groups, individuals, and families.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
Ideal Home Purchase Land is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home. There are 3 week closing guarantees.
I could give an update too on that Damon, or in fact we can call him, the Park County one, Tom.
Yeah.
From yesterday. I called him. Should we get him on the give him an update, or?
Who?
The guy from Park County that was getting his building permit revoked.
If you suffer from sleep apnea,
Yes. What did you find out?
He's had the building permit since 2016. He said he had that trailer only out there for a year and a half. She said it's been 3 years.
You know he's been out there at pigsty.
And neighbors, and the big thing, the reason, I said, well, we get one next spring. He says the big thing, and he's got a storage container out there, the camper. There's trash. He said there's leaking sewage. And neighbors have been complaining. There's no out there.
You know it didn't come from these people that try to paint the picture of I'm innocent and nothing, I do nothing wrong.
And I think counties are really cracking down because so many people go up there and they build these shanty type places and they sell them, and the next owner has issues, just like that one with the CO. Or lack of CO that we dealt with.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. I am here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, take complaints, make life a little easier. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. When I say you can do no better, you can prove it. You can call me and say, Tom, you were right, because you're never going to have a problem. That real estate team for buying and selling is the best. That doesn't mean it's the only good one out there, but the best that we've seen, and we use 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We've been following up problems. One is a constant problem we get. people want to get out of their lease. They just want to get out of their lease. How do they do it? It's called a constructive eviction. Listen to me. It's almost never successful. Did you hear what I said? It's not automatic. To get out of your lease, there has to be a breach and some damages, and it has to be a serious breach. So before you think, oh, I'm just going to get out of my lease, you did this or you did that, you better be careful. And then you have to notify the landlord and give them the right to cure it, to fix it. We also have had a lot of questions about requirements on mortgage loans other than the actual qualification for debt to income. And in other words, getting a roof replaced. Now, insurance may require that, but some lenders could require that. But usually, lenders go by an appraisal report. What does the appraisal say? Would an appraiser say in disrepair if a house had deferred maintenance?
Yeah, they'll note it as actually a rating. There are different classifications of ratings on an appraisal.
And that's Ideal Home Loans. That's Brent Ivinson. So what do they do when it's in need of repair? I mean, the sellers have to take care of it or the buyers have to commit to it?
Yeah, and we've had issues even on a refinance transaction where we've had to have things repaired. You know, VA is very, very detailed on appraisals. They run into all kinds, any kind of peeling or flaking paint. The VA appraiser will note it's got to be repaired before we can close the loan. We run into that sometimes on FHA appraisals as well. Safety and soundness issues, if there's not a railing on a deck, if there's a railing that's in disrepair on a deck, all kinds of stuff. So you will run into some issues, and it's generally brought up among the appraiser. Occasionally, we try not to get into issues on home inspections. We try and stay out of that and let that gets sorted out without our involvement. But if we do have a structural issue, if we do have a safety and soundness issue, that will create some problems from a lending perspective.
303-713-TALK with questions, complaints, or just issues. Like Mike wants to talk about he's a landlord, and you want to talk about evicting. Go ahead. So, Mike, what's happening?
Yeah, there's a tenant that went to jail and now trying to evict them the proper way. So any suggestions?
Okay. If they violate the lease, the mere fact they're in jail usually will not violate a lease. So are they not paying?
They're not paying.
You would do a normal eviction. And really, believe it or not, you'd get a default. I mean,
you've got to deal with the property in the right way, though.
Yes, that's true.
Attorney, myself.
I would do it with an attorney, but how? Let me ask you this: how serious is the jail? Is he going to be out in a few days? What is it?
It's serious.
And was he arrested on your premises?
Yes.
And what was the reason?
I'd rather not say.
Why? Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, but we don't know who you are. We don't know what landlord. I mean, you're calling about a guy in jail. I mean, what was the crime? I'm wondering.
Sexual assault.
Okay. Now, oh my God, I can see why you didn't want to talk about it. Okay, so here's the deal. You need to start the eviction like you normally would. The 3-day, the notice and everything. He has to be served in jail for the hearing. And then that's it. It's up to him to hire a representative to be there or not to be there. It would be, and with his property, Mark, I don't think you treat it any differently than anyone else. I think you evict. I mean, just why would it be any different? I don't think the statute outlines people in jail. Like,
I don't know.
Do you think like putting it in storage, you mean?
I don't know what you'd have to do. I just know we've had plenty of calls over the years where how do I handle this property? And when we've talking to Brandon Siglian, there's certain things you can't do. You can't just walk in and take all the TVs and put them in your own house.
Well, no. That's true. You have to put them on the street. But that is a good point. Once you put stuff on the street, what is your responsibility? Let's say to the neighborhood or what? That is really good. Once it's on the street, who gets to take that stuff? You can't profit from it, can you?
But if you put it on the street, aren't you littering?
Well, but everyone does it. I mean, that's the way it's done. There's a peacemaker who comes by, the sheriff's department or something, and you take the stuff and you put it on the street. I would think
What about
if you're in a
anybody else putting
subdivision,
trash on the street?
listen, if you're in a good subdivision, you could have a problem. I don't know, Mike. You know what? I've never actually confronted that question, but I'd like to. I'd like to ask. Maybe someone has evicted someone. Have you? And what has happened? Let's ask the question, Mike. What has happened when you evicted someone and they turned out to not show up and all the stuff is on the street? Does it eventually all get taken? Are you allowed to put it in a trash pile? Do the neighbors have a right to complain against you, even though it's not your personal stuff? And you're not allowed to take it. So what does happen? This is a really good question. 303-713-TALK. Brent, have you ever encountered evictions? Do you know, have you ever had property where this happened?
No, I haven't. You know,
I don't know what happens, but it's
I don't either.
Do you have any good real estate lawyers? We need to call someone.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to call someone. Mark, do we have anybody on the list?
Let's see if we can get Siglian on. He's not on anymore, but the reason
Sure.
all he does is landlord stuff.
Right.
He doesn't represent the tenants anymore.
Let's call Brandon just to get an idea. Yeah, because Brandon is smart, and again, he's not on the referral list because, you know, most of his clients now are the landlord.
All of them.
All of them. Okay. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Good question, really, if you think about it. And then we've had some other issues come up. I'm trying to get it on my list right now. Meanwhile, whatever is on your mind with insurance, Brent, we've had this before. It came up again in an email. And by the way, Pete, you can help at troubleshooter.com if you email us. We do get your messages, and you can instant message us on social media. What constitutes a binder for insurance? We've had Compass do it in a phone call, but that's really, you know, you could have somebody lie and say they called for insurance. What constitutes insurance at a closing?
You know, what we're going to typically look for is a deck page, and we're going to have Ideal Home Loans listed as the lost payee on that declarations page with the insurance policy.
So you want something in writing?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have something in writing. We cannot go off anything verbally.
All right, 303-713-TALK. Sure. Let's see. I see a number there, but it doesn't match. Anyway, I'll wait on the call screener. Suzanne, is this Shannon? Okay, there she is. Shannon, are you there?
I am.
You're a subcontractor, and what's going on?
We install solar PV systems for residences in the Denver area.
Sure.
And we were hired to install 4 different systems by Sopris Solar.
Okay, Sopris. It's called Sopris, Shannon?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of work did you do? Did you install the panels?
Yes.
All right. Well, you understand. You know how to do liens, right?
You know, that's one of my questions. They strung us along. These installations were done in May.
Uh-oh.
And they've strung us along, and I'm not sure about the statute of limitations.
I believe it's 4 months from the last time you were on the job site working. Hold on, and let's figure this out. We'll get you some answers because there are other things you can do. Remember, lien rights are one thing, but you can still go after the homeowner, believe it or not. But the lien is a tool, but it doesn't make the homeowner, it doesn't make them free of obligation. This is a sad story, but true.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's
2 evictions, and they're not hard.
Did you call that chain?
Which one?
That's not what we're talking about, though. We were not talking about how difficult it is.
Gold is marked.
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is the most amazing insulation you're going to see. Go to this website and look at the video, foamyourwalls.com. Okay, if you still have traditional insulation in your walls, you're probably paying too much on energy bills. In fact, this foam can save you up to 50%. Yeah, think about that. With the right insulation, your heating and cooling will no longer work overtime. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam state-of-the-art injection foam fills all the wall cavities, maintains its R value in all temperatures, doesn't break down over time. It's typically done in a day on the outside of your home, and then they patch up everything. You never know they've been there. They make small holes in the side. This retro foam will fill every nook and cranny. Environmentally friendly, has no off-gassing, and it makes your home even quieter. Like we're talking 80% quieter. Foamyourwalls.com for more information. Please go there, foamyourwalls.com.
Dan, I didn't hear all that call. I
Do
called
you guys
it.
want me to call the owner of Sopra Solar and ask him WTF?
That wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad at all.
Yes, she took it to jeweler. And
Can you use the bathroom on this floor? Or you got to go down to the next one.
Just down the next one.
No, you can go now. You can. I just did. No one's. It's all wide open. There's nothing to say no.
Through where the
Pete in the sink?
It's exactly where it used to be, but I just got to wind around. You'll see. It's beautiful, man.
Awesome.
But the bathroom's the same. They didn't
Feel free to
redo
grill outside while you're walking by.
Hey, they didn't redo the bathroom, but they will. They probably will. I mean, I can't see them.
They might have put wallpaper, and I can't tell. Wallpaper. Did they have wallpaper before? If not, I think they wallpaper.
No, they had wallpaper. It was a striped wallpaper.
That's it.
You know, the
So
light,
they haven't changed it.
the light button on the elevator doesn't work, but the elevator does come up.
Yeah.
I just went to third.
It's not blocked off anymore, right?
I don't. Well, I
you gotta
just
go went through to the
the fourth
door.
floor and pushed it, and it came up.
You gotta go through the door, a door.
No, I'm saying in the elevator, do they have tape over the fourth?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't go in there. I just pushed the outside button to see if it would open on the fourth floor, and it came up.
Oh, okay. It does come up to get.
It's coming up now. So I guess it's working.
Man, this is kind of exciting. I remember when we first moved in this building. Oh my God. Mark, did you know I first had a section of desks
much as
along the wall?
$1,000 in as little as
That's
10
where I
days.
used to
Hey, it's
hang
Ross
out when I
Kaminsky
first
from
got here.
American Financing, and instead of letting credit card interest
Do you know where we're moving to yet?
20% or more,
Yeah.
move it into your mortgage at a
Over
much
there in the
lower
corner,
rate
this floor.
and save
Oh,
up to
okay.
$1,000 a
It's gonna be
month.
crowded.
Mortgage rates haven't
That's
been
okay, it'll
this
be
low in over a
more
year.
handier,
Where does
though.
our
Now is the
printer
time
go
to
and
take
our
advantage.
computer and
As
all that?
long as
Mark,
you
you're
have
gonna
equity
deal
in your
with that.
home, you can pay off any
Yeah,
debt,
until
not
we
just
know.
credit
Yeah.
cards. And you can get it done.
I was just going to say, I've had two
in
evictions, and we
10
hired an
days.
attorney
So
both
call
times
American
to do it.
Financing's
No, we
salary-based
weren't talking
mortgage
about the
consultants
eviction. We
today.
were talking
It
about
takes
the
just 10
property
minutes
on
to
the
start.
street.
There's no commission.
Oh,
This guy's in jail.
Both times
It
it
doesn't
did.
matter if they're in jail, though. What happens,
No,
like,
no,
what if the
you're right.
neighborhood says to you, fuck you better pick this shit up?
Both times it got moved to the curb, and we didn't have to worry about it because the neighbors came and took it all.
I know.
So give them a call.
That's exactly what happened.
But what is the process you gotta do?
Well, I'm sorry, what's that?
What's the process you gotta do?
probate
Like,
wills.
let them know
Oh,
that
right.
you're taking your stuff out of
Probate.
there.
Once they get the eviction, the
Do they do
sheriff shows up at
bankruptcy
the
too?
door.
Really?
Okay.
Well, they stand by as a peace officer, and you have people go in and start hauling it
So
out.
when do I meet with them?
I'm hoping Tuesday.
They don't have any
Get
choice.
it handled,
Is
man.
that
That's
what
what
you
you're
Hangers,
trained
you probably
for.
do that all.
No, we've never had to
We
do it
used
on
to
a
use
hanger. Both times
Salisbury
were home.
once a week.
Oh, no.
Easy.
Both times nobody was
This guy
home.
will be on all the
So,
time.
so
I
also,
have,
you cannot.
This is one of the
No,
more.
you
I'm
can't-
going to explain this to you. So when is it?
I'm hoping Tuesday at 9 o'clock here.
Have your friends come over and pick it up.
So this guy's in jail, so he's already
Put
missed
that
1
down
month of
here.
rent.
And they're gonna notify you.
But I just signed.
He's got to
signed my
serve on it.
contract.
Yeah, he's got, and that's
Mark, I
easy.
sent him the link to
Serve
your
at the
end.
front desk.
I haven't got it yet.
There's no problem finding them in jail.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
MileHighStatePlanning.com.
hopefully not.
Mile High State Planning.
Anyway, they're easy to serve in jail.
There you go serve him, you just
And
broke
what
out.
time
Hey, just broke
are you
out.
proposing? I understand you might change.
Tuesday at 9
That's gonna
a.m.
be easy. But, yeah, it was just moved to the
Thank you,
curb.
man.
and-
This is
I think you should
excellent.
tell the guy, says, hey, your stuff is going on the curb.
Yeah,
If
I
you
saw
want-
the
if you have some friends
I
coming
think
to
they're
pick it up.
notified in
on the
court that that's
14th.
what happens. Get somebody over there to move it out, or it's gonna get thrown on
Do
the
you
curb.
need me to start doing some
Both times
recordings?
when we had
I don't have any
people
talking
down,
points. I just closed
we
it.
actually
I know,
hired
but let me start thinking
People
about it.
figure out.
Dave, so we weren't
So
involved at
the
all.
So you have totally hands off.
Yeah, so
starts
we didn't have
on
our
the
hands,
14th.
so we just hired day labor guys. to
He
do it.
signed my contract. I just sent
In
him
fact,
the
I'm
link.
not
we
a
call
bad
it the
idea
15th, but I'm
to have a guy do it.
This report is
And
sponsored
he
by
writes
Delta
receipt,
Dental
you
of
know,
Colorado.
this is like I know you money out of this.
It's a half.
department,
Yeah,
whatever.
we'll start
Yeah, we
whenever
got a
we want,
receipt
but
from
I mean, the
Manpower.
contract, we just go usually for 15.
But it was just on the curb, and as it was going out there, people were going by taking it.
So Mark, be on the lookout for that.
I will, sure.
All right.
Thank you. Good job,
And then,
Byron.
so I said,
we talked about endorphins beforehand, so.
Did you give them a price?
Hey, I got a question for you. We were talking about peeling paint and stuff.
Price? I don't
Right
know.
now, matter of fact, my sister's house, my youngest sister, we're getting her house ready to sell.
He was $3,000.
And
Oh, wait a minute. Are you sure?
It's a brick house, 41 years on the outside. No
Did he
maintenance.
have inventory?
The inside's perfect.
I don't think we
But
talked price, but I'm not.
every
We
piece
can't
of
go back
concrete
price.
around
I know.
that
We
place
can't go.
stunk or
We can't go
fallen.
back
It
on
was-
it. Don't worry about it.
The whole cul-de-sac's that way.
Are you sure?
Driveway has
Hi,
14 inches jump from the driveway into the garage.
Really?
I don't know what happened in the whole area.
Okay.
55. Shannon, listen. Okay. Mark, you're usually up to date on this. On when the work ends, how long do you have to put a lien on a place? About 4 months, is it?
Yeah, a total. When the last stuff was delivered or the last things that were worked on.
For her?
Yeah, you've got 4 months.
Okay. So we're beyond
I think
the
it's actually 120 days is how they list it.
We're beyond that probably for what you're doing as far as a lien. However, now listen to this. There's a term, and I don't want to give legal advice, but I'm only giving this from experience of talking to callers and to attorneys. There's something called quantum merit. What it means is if you've gotten merit or quality or value, you owe for it. I mean, there have been ridiculous cases where accidentally someone was given something and their homes were improved by mistake, and they settled on paying something because they were so much improved. Now, you're going to make the argument that this homeowner benefited from your labor. You're not going to put a lien on it because you don't have time, but you're going to go after the homeowner for payment. And you don't have to say it's too late for me to put a lien on there, but you can say if I don't get paid, I'm seeking other legal remedies. Now, Shannon, you don't want to hold it against this homeowner, but what this does is gets another person fighting against the general for you. Now, this solar company, it's called Sopris.
Yes.
Did you call Suzanne?
I did. I had to leave them a voicemail.
Are they a big
No
company,
surprise.
Shannon? Do you know if other people are having trouble getting paid?
They are not a big company. They've gone through a restructure just recently. They may have 2 people there, or 2 to 3. They are having problems with a lot of subcontractors and a lot of homeowners.
Then we need to put the word out. We truly need to put the word out. So, Suzanne, we need to mark this as a follow because I think if Shannon's correct, there are a lot of people not being paid, which could end up future problems. I mean, we had this happen with a number of solar contractors. And are you spelling Sopris, S-O-P-R-E-S-S?
No, it's I-S, S-O-P-R-I-S.
Okay, Sopris, solar. And let's figure out what's going on. And thank you for telling us. Hold on. Hold on so Suzanne get your information. We will let people know. Do you have anything working, Clint, that you're working on or waiting for calls?
A lot of callbacks.
All right. Well, what about that one? Did you call on that roof for the guy? The one, the inspection, Prime Star.
Yeah, waiting for them to call back too.
All right. Mark these as follows because, listen, if your roof does not pass inspection, that roofer has to make it right. You can assume that it will be up to code and pass inspection. You can assume that. It doesn't have to be in your contract that says, oh, this will pass inspection, for goodness sakes. That's what you call standards of the industry. Daniel, you know a little bit about evictions, I'm told. We have open lines at 303-713-TALK. What do you know about evictions, Daniel? Are you a landlord?
No, I am a landlord, but I used to do evictions for the mortgage companies. We basically used to repo houses. So if we got an eviction order, it all depends on, one, the county that you're doing the eviction in, because I've done them in Adams, El Paso, Arapahoe.
Well, what do you mean it all depends? What's different? Tell me what's different.
So some counties will tell you a reasonable amount of time for the personal property.
Meaning what? Meaning a reasonable amount of time for what? For people to take it away?
For it to stay, yeah, exactly. So for it to stay on the curb, basically you have to take it out of the dwelling, leave it in the front yard, the driveway, but it can't block sidewalks or streets.
And then what? Are you responsible to clean it up if people don't come and take it?
100%, yep. Otherwise, the city will come by and flag it, the code enforcement and that. But, even the sheds in the back, if you have a shed in the back, some will make you bring all the personal property out. Some will just say, leave the gate unlocked, leave the shed unlocked. But basically, you have to put that house. Most counties now have gone to a broom swept condition, basically meaning you almost have to clean the trash out of it and bring it to the curb.
Okay, and once it's to the curb, it depends on the county, you're saying, as to when the landlord or the property owner needs to clean up the street.
Yep, I've had them, and now I work in a different industry where I own a roll-off company, so I have people that'll call me for evictions and say, hey, we have an eviction, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Can you have a can out there by, 3 o'clock in the afternoon? So they put the onus more on the landlord or the owner of saying you have to leave it for a reasonable amount of time. Obviously, the person being evicted said, well, they didn't leave it out there long enough, then it's going to be a civil matter.
That's right. And normally, let's face it, if someone's being evicted, they don't have the means to go after you. And I'm not suggesting you take advantage of them, but that's usually the sad fact. What about then neighborhoods where they're really strictly enforced as far as covenants? Do they give landlords a hard time?
I mean, as long as you go back as long as you go back at that 24-hour period, there's nothing that they can say to you because it is a court-ordered eviction. So, I mean, yeah, if you sit there and, let it sit out there for 3 or 4 days, and you have a pretty nasty HOA, you're going to get a hard time. The other thing is, too, is if you do an eviction like during the rain or during a snowstorm, you have to reasonably protect their valuables, meaning if you've got to buy tarps to cover it, or anything like that, you have to protect it from the elements. Doesn't mean you have to stand guard if they are not there, because you have people that will drive around neighborhoods and watch for evictions, and the second you leave, they are all over that property like hawks.
Now, are they allowed to just stake stuff? Or if the owner shows up, can they literally say to someone, that's mine, put it back, and the police could enforce that, or what? How does that stand? Or do they lose ownership rights?
No, well, somebody has to be on site to basically guard it. We've had it where, a friend has stayed there and they've done truckloads out of there, and if the sheriff thinks there's going to be a problem, they normally will stick around and make sure that it's done in the time. But like you said, most evictions, the homeowner's already gone, and most of the stuff is just, whatever. But I've seen them where, there was one where...
Here's what I mean, Daniel. Do people get in trouble for stealing the stuff?
Nope. There's nobody there to basically say, that's our property, we just got evicted, you can't take it. But let's say that you decide to go to launch after an eviction and say, we'll come back and we'll get all this crap in an hour, and you come back and the truck's driving away with a truckload of your crap, you can't run them down. It's basically just it's not public property, but it's out there for the taking if you're not watching it.
Right. If you don't take care of your own stuff, someone else can take it, basically.
And I've seen it before back in the day where you'd see a truck drive around the neighborhood 3 or 4 times waiting for the sheriff and for yourself to leave, because once eviction's done, we would secure the property, maybe do a winterization, whatever. We'd drive away to go to the next job we had or whatever, and that truck would literally be on our tail, pulling up to the parking to start loading up.
Now,
if there wasn't somebody there.
Daniel, if there is stuff there that's obviously valuable, like you open up, there's a jewelry box, and you put it out there, that's just the breaks, right?
Yep, but 9 times out of 10, except for the case with the gentleman in jail, but 9 times out of 10, if you have a property that has valuables in it like that, that person will be there for the eviction, and they will either already have a plan or they will be scrambling to get a plan.
And now,
we even had one time where there was an old, valuable, like 65 Mustang coupe restored in the garage. Completely being lived in, and the sheriff ended up canceling the eviction because it was just too much. I don't even know what ended up happening to the property.
Now, what about, just one quick thing here, can a landlord take any of the stuff for themselves?
No, that's going to be a civil issue. And let's say that the sheriff pulls away, and an hour later you throw that TV in the back of your car, you drive away. If your tenant can prove that, the person being evicted can prove that, you could be in some deep water if it comes back that you took that away, or even a neighbor. Yeah, I saw the landlord take that 65-inch Sony TV out of here this morning, and it's on my Ring video camera.
But let's put it this way. If there is no one there to claim it, and someone else is going to come to get it, like that truck you saw circling, and the landlord says, hell, I'm going to take it before they do, is that still a no-no because they have a vested interest here?
Exactly. They knew what was there. They knew that the eviction was happening, and so on and so forth.
So they should not take it.
No.
Okay.
No, well, we even had one up in Denver where there was a classic Roadrunner in a garage. I had it towed out, and the sheriff, because of it was a classic, I mean, pretty close to mint condition.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, the sheriff towed that vehicle away from the curb. It's supposed to stay there for 24 hours, being that it was worth so much that the sheriff's department, Denver County Sheriff, towed that vehicle away within 45 minutes of my tow company putting it on the street and took it to their impound lot because something that you've been talking about, if nobody claims that, then it becomes their property.
Okay, man. Thank you very much. I'm Tom Martino. More to come.
Mic's on. Somebody's mic is on. Mark.
So it's totally different than storage units. Storage units, they can actually use it for...
Well, they auction.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
So
do that. They don't evict like that.
No, but they auction and they get the money.
Pardon me. I have a
But you
Dave,
have to give the owner the leftover.
Dave Boucher on the phone says you haven't filed your HOA reports. He was going to do that for you if you wanted. Your delinquent reports. He said he helped you set up your HOA stuff, and he says your reports are delinquent.
I don't have
driveways, sidewalks,
You don't have them anymore?
I don't own any of that anymore.
Okay, I didn't think
But
so.
he can get on and talk. Does he offer it as a service?
Peeling paint, you better make sure
I can ask him.
Well,
I
VA's
think
the
he wants
worst.
to talk about
FHA
it in
is probably
general.
the most one down. The conventionals is most liberal.
Okay.
You know.
So just make sure everything's right.
Yeah, cause and again,
it's not that hard.
Anybody now that the market's softening too, anybody buying anything is going to nickel and dime the hell out of you on everything. You know.
So
you're
make
just
sure,
starting to see it. Yeah.
So don't give them anything.
Well, you're just starting to see more
How
inventory.
much time after whenever he's ready?
No, he wouldn't come on.
After this spot, how much? Show me in
You
a
have
hand.
to do it though because it's not fair to that guy.
Plan option for groups, individuals, and families.
Fix It 24/7. You hear me talk about these guys and the $39 clean and check of your furnace for new customers with a no breakdown guarantee. They also have the $39 problem finding fee. No matter what, they'll find the problem no matter how long it takes. They present you with solutions. If you decide to have it fixed, $39 will be credited, so the call is free. If you don't have it done, it's just $39. Now, let me tell you about another feature of Fix It 24/7, and that is free second opinions. No call charge. If you're told you need something like a panel change out for electric, you need something with your drains, or you need something with your furnace, your water heater, they'll come and give you a free second opinion. They want to be your company, let's face it. Yes, they do. They want to beat the deal. But here's what's great about that. They have to beat the deal to beat the deal. Or you may not need a replacement, and they may just have to change out a gas valve. That's where they have to put their money where their mouth is. I love Fix It 24/7. You will too. For free second opinions at 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
So if they're selling and buying, it really doesn't make any difference.
What do you mean?
Well, the inventory's soft, it's a little hard to
I wanted
sell.
to ask him
Really
some
easier for
general
them to buy.
questions about it.
You're
If
gonna
he
get it.
can,
I mean,
it's
we're
okay.
starting to see it more noticeably than ever. I mean, you're just starting to see stuff sit.
God, you have such a radio voice. Does everybody tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, no, you're really starting to see stuff. It's starting to soften some.
And I can do it on the air because I know a lot of people wonder about these reports.
God, it's really weird, that entire subdivision, all the driveways and sidewalks and everything.
That's because, so what that is whatever concrete guy poured it all, did a shitty job.
Yes.
Where's that?
The entire cul-de-sac where my sister is, all the driveways and sidewalks have had to be replaced.
He says one's dropped 14 inches.
Yeah, the neighbor next
That's
door
so
to him,
bad.
there's a 14, their driveway goes up and there's a 14-inch jump up into their garage. They have wooden ramps there right now.
That's crazy.
I mean, you're seeing the base of the garage and stuff. What is the garage?
Oh yeah,
like,
you see
5
below
inches?
the garage was full, the footer had a notch in it for the pad to come out on the garage.
Okay.
So you still, the part of the footer there too.
I've never seen anything that...
I've never seen anything that bad either, but when we took a lot of this out, if there's 3 inches of water under there. There's something wrong there, that whole area's in a swamp or something.
So maybe there's an underground river kind of like
Yes,
washing
there's
away
something
that
going
stuff.
on because the entire cul-de-sac is that way.
Really?
Every single driveway.
They
looked
might
at-
have tamped it enough, and it's just that the underground water that's moving through there is washing away the dirt.
Hard to say it.
That's crazy. That's gonna.
They've either been replaced or need to be replaced. Every one, all 9 of them in that cul-de-sac. We were looking at hers, and just yesterday we started noticing that the others are that way.
Yeah, no, it's.
Haven't been fixed.
We looked at there's a subdivision in the upper part of Highlands Ranch Golf Club. All the houses that face the driveways face south. There's like 30 of them on this one block, and every driveway was just cracking, like literally just disintegrating.
Yeah.
And we were talking to the agent because we were thinking about making an offer on it. The agent was like, "Oh, that'd be $5,000 to fix." I'm like, "What? That's gonna be way more than $5,000 to fix."
God, by the time you break it out and get rid of it.
It's $5,000.
I spent 6 hours yesterday loading end dumps with a Bobcat and getting rid of all that concrete.
Oh, did you really? Oh man.
Because it was the back patio, 2 big back patios, the sidewalk around the back, the sidewalks and patios out front, the driveway, and the garage floor.
Oh man, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I agree. It's ugh.
Yeah, if we were paying a contractor, it would have been bad enough.
Dude, they'll charge a fortune.
Well, I'm lucky we have jackhammers and Bobcat. We have construction equipment.
What do you guys
build airplane hangars? So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Ah, so. You got all that stuff. Cool. It's good. I'll keep that in mind if I end up Bobcat or landscaping job.
Mark, these are, again, did you intend for these?
Most months we can't take it off the airport.
Schedule, it's not an intentional thing.
Spring it.
No, I
Sweeper
meant,
attachment on it.
It should run
We have to
2 a
sweep
day.
every so often in
They're,
the winter.
right now, I have no idea what they're
Even though we have a big
They
plow
put,
truck, we
Susan
have to
put
have
an
it for
order
snow
in,
drifts.
and my new guy put an order in, so a lot of them
Out
are
east
free.
there, front range, the snow, for every inch of snow, you get about a foot of drift. God, you get 2 inches of snow, you got 2 foot drifts.
Did you see that TV when I
Because
did?
of the wind.
Oh yeah, I did.
It is the wind.
They're going to have me out there to shoot
The big
one
joke
that
was
wants some
that
tips
they were
from
talking
the
about how much snow the roofs would hold. The roofs have a 1-inch ridges on them. We've never seen more than an inch of snow on the roof because it always blows off.
Yeah, it blows off for sure. That's the thing. If
He might be open
we
at
sit
one
on
of
the
the
end
springs
of
with
the
that other guy, by the way.
nobody on a couple sides of us, and the wind just comes through, and we'll get it. We have a.
I think
kind of
Todd
little
and that
courtyard
guy
or somewhere.
Silco are doing
When it
spots there.
snows at all, it'll drift up against the door.
Right in there.
You know, you're like, it looks like we got 2 feet of snow. We got an inch.
I don't know. Do you anybody remember what year we got that 5-foot snow?
Yeah, it was in March.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's talk to Rich. Now, Rich, let's talk about
Your kitchen or bath. Which is it that you want to talk about, sir?
It's a master bath.
Okay. Now, what's going on with it?
Well, we're getting ready to remodel it, and we've gone out and got 4 bids, and one contractor came in, and we really liked him off to start with, and we've seen him at the home show a couple times. We really like the materials he has. We got him in, and the bid looks decent. The materials look great. The only thing I'm concerned about is the payment structure that he's requesting.
Okay, what is the payment structure? And without knowing who the companies are, I don't want to know who they are because, again, I represent companies that are on the referral list at referrallist.com, and I don't want to have a prejudice when I hear this. So what are they requesting as a payment?
He requests, at the sign-off for the materials, he wants a third of it up front before he orders materials.
Wait, before he orders materials?
Right.
Okay.
And then he wants another third when they start the work, and then the final third when they're done with the work.
Okay. Well, this is just my opinion. I wouldn't do it. So, I mean,
that's what I told him.
I don't do it just because, I mean, I don't know if somebody takes a third and they don't order materials. Okay? That's happened so many times I can't tell you. And I don't know about this specific company. So many people don't check out companies. They don't check out how long they've actually been here. They don't check with the Secretary of State to see if they have a local agent. They don't check to see if the reviews are real. They don't check actual jobs that they go to. What is this total job going to be? How much?
It's going to be about $28,000.
All right, that's not terrible. For a whole bath. Now, the other bids, what were they?
They were all in the range anywhere from 25 to 30.
And why did you choose this one?
He just impressed us to start with. I'm in contracting, and I really thought he did a good job of explaining everything. And the materials they use, like I said, we've seen him at the Home and Garden Show a couple times, and I really like the materials.
What are you having done?
The full gutter of the bathroom and total remodel. Larger shower, bath, everything.
All right. Well, in any case, here's what I can say, Rich. I know that everyone has their own payment plans, and I don't control those payment plans even on my referral list. But there are ways to protect yourself if you do have to pay up front. One is through a credit card.
Big time.
Another one is through escrow. But credit cards are your best protection, not a debit card. And then if they don't like that, or you say, look, I just talked to them. Are you collecting a third up front because you don't have credit with the supplier, or because you don't want to order stuff and have me change my mind? I understand that. So what do you say? What do you say that I write a check to the supplier for an order in my name? I mean,
I already suggested.
What did they say?
I've already suggested that, and they won't go for it.
I tell them to pound sand.
Yeah,
I
would.
Care,
I'm sorry, Rich. You called for my opinion, right? That's my opinion. I wouldn't use them. I know you're impressed with them, so good luck to you on that, really. I'd go to referralist.com. I'd probably use for this particular project, probably renewhomeinnovations.com. Renew Home Innovations. Why? Well, because they do literally awe-inspiring bathrooms. But I would use them because you can talk to them. Now, they may want money down. I don't know. I haven't even talked to them about it, but I know that they're really good people, and they do a great job. So that's what I know. Now, there are other people on our referral list. You have to understand something. I put my heart and soul into this list. I really mean it when I say we check these people out. Now, I'm not saying these people are always the best of the best. They are good. They are value. They are honest and ethical. As far as all of our feedback shows, we continually monitor them. No one else does that whatsoever. Plus, if you have problems along the way, we will arbitrate. So
it always drove me crazy on contractors or roofers or anybody getting money up front, unless if it's something very unique like a custom window or something that they can't resell. But here's why it drives me crazy, because if the homeowner does not pay them, they have the best remedy in the world. They can lien the property.
Right. Also, I don't mind paying for materials when they're delivered. Nothing wrong with that.
I agree.
Then you have materials. And paying when work begins. Or in certain... But you think
but a
about
third
this.
up front, without even ordering anything,
No.
he's asking to be bent over.
No. Now, Dave is somebody I know from years ago. Dave, what are you doing now?
Hey, Tom, how you been, man? How's the family?
Good. What are you doing now, sir?
Well, I've actually started my own business a while back. Since I was, I got my master's degree in nonprofit management. For years, I was just helping people get their 501c3 in their nonprofit and helping them when they lose it. And I turned it into a business. And I know years ago I helped you get yours, and I wanted to let you know if you want me to follow up on it, make sure everything.
We have not used it for years. You know what we have done, Dave? When we get a need, let's say somebody calls in and somebody touches our heart, and no matter what, there's no really bad guy that we can go after. The bad guy's gone or whatever. We will often take donations from people. And just not tax deductible, no even qualms about that. What we do promise is, hey, if you send in $10 or $100 or $1,000, whatever you send for that purpose, we will now turn around and literally write a check and make sure it's spent on that purpose. We have in and out, no income because it's in and out. We don't charge a dime. We don't keep any money, and we always use it for charity. So the reason I stopped using, was it Make It Right Foundation? What?
Right.
Yeah. We stopped using that because with a 501(c), you have so much to worry about as far as keeping things perfectly. And I don't even like doing it because we don't do it that much, that I'm thinking, look, we don't have administrators. We don't have supplies. We don't have expenses. We don't pay anyone. And also, you have to define what you're going to do with your 501(c). And I found, like, you can't go outside of that. Like one time we might help an old lady who gets ripped off on a roof. Another time we might help a young married couple who needs a deposit for an apartment. You know what I mean? We qualify them and check them out, but I remember one time, we weren't audited or anything, but they said, how do you decide what to do? And we said, we do what we feel like. And you can't, that's not allowed in a 501(c). It sounds phony, you know what I mean? Hey, we just do when it hits us, the whim. That's the reason we haven't done that. But let me ask you something. Nonprofits, they have to, in order to have tax-deductible status for their charitable contributions, they have to have the 501(c), right?
Basically, you're correct. The 501c3 basically does two things. It gives you certification from the IRS that you are a charitable organization.
Yeah.
The big thing is it allows you to give the donation letter. You at this time are just a nonprofit. You don't have any regulations with the 501c3.
Yeah. We just it's just in and out. In fact, I did the Help Center Foundation as an LLC, and we didn't make any money, and we weren't. However, we didn't give tax deductible or. We never said it was tax deductible. You would not believe this idiot at the Denver Post one time. He's looking for all kinds of things wrong, and he said, you can't do a nonprofit unless you're a 501c3. And I said, no, you're wrong. I can do a nonprofit anytime I want. And I said, I just call myself nonprofit. He says, that's misleading. I said, no, it isn't. I don't tell people anything's tax deductible. I say, do you want to help this person? Let's help this person. And it's just, it grated them so badly that I didn't have open records for them, and they said, how dare you? And I said, who do you collect from? And I said, from my friends. I mean, I've had Brent Ivinson give us money and say, I feel sorry for that person. Let's help that lady.
Yeah, George Donaldson just the other day.
Yes, we have people do that all the time. But Dave, thanks for talking about this, though. I wanted to ask you, if people need help, do you still do this as a living?
I also have a lot of free services, Tom, just because you know me, I have passion for the people. I'm going to get your annual report file, and I'm going to take care of your nonprofit as far as your annual filings. It's like $10.
Okay, no, let me know, and let me know what I want to do in case we do want to resurrect it. But Dave, thank you very much. We got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
She bought her first home up in Loveland.
Great. Who'd she use at our office? You know what loan officer she worked with?
Yeah. I can't think. Name.
Carrie?
No.
Jim?
No, he helps get it.
Every time Eleanor hears you're on the show, she calls. Isn't she the one that's tried Eleanor Oliver with her mortgage? The one that she thought her house was being sold from under her.
Oh, yeah.
She's a nut, isn't she?
Yeah.
I thought
Brent, did you hit the head in there?
Yeah. Yep.
Some guy came to her front door and said he bought her house in a tax sale. She believed it. Oh God.
Well, I'm glad we helped her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know when you find out. If you remember who she worked with, let me know.
He helped teach her how to get her credit.
Yeah, so we have a credit analyzing tool.
Who's that guy?
Craig Becker used to.
Craig.
Okay, Craig. Yeah.
Yeah. Craig.
How long ago did she work with him?
Oh, last year or so.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys. American Restoration 24/7 is the company I recommend if you have suffered a property trauma. That means fire, flood, storm, mold, freezing pipes, anything that causes a disaster. Whether you want them to clean up the disaster, stop it in its tracks, or rebuild any part of it, American Restoration 24/7. This is an industry filled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. You can trust American Restoration 24/7. You can trust them. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST.
Hard for me to use these live commercials he does now. All of a sudden he starts talking. And
you pay attention.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay. You still got to go down. 3rd floor is closed. 4th floor is closed. You got to go to the 2nd floor.
Oh my goodness. What?
I was like, what are you talking about? I just went up here. Don't say anything.
Did you come straight to the 4th floor?
Wasn't me. Listen, if they ask, you had to do the same thing.
Right.
You know what Addie texted me last night doing Citizens Academy? The guy who you told me about who got hit and now has a stutter and needs surgery, you guys should try to get him victim compensation. He could get up to $20,000 for medical stuff. So that must have been what she learned about last night. Our daughter's doing Citizen Academy through the Arapahoe.
She can make a
Elbert,
citizen's
Douglas
arrest.
County.
Really?
Yes, she can.
Watch out. Like,
Yeah.
she is going to.
She should
use
arrest
that
him.
against
Yeah, he
him.
was going to get arrested.
Dad, you're arrested.
That's it. You're arrested. Yeah, you're out.
Is she in one of the academies?
She did the Colorado
Pack
State
your
Patrol
stuff,
Youth
you're
Academy
moving out,
last
kid.
year, but she's doing Citizens Academy through the
Just what I
Tri-County.
got downstairs.
Elbert.
I went there. She's loving it, isn't she?
She is so interested in investigation,
Like
justice. I mean,
She's
and
gonna
she
get
can
hooked.
argue around him like nobody's business.
Oh,
Let
man.
me tell you.
She's gonna get hooked.
It's like she could just shut her dad up. It is so funny. Even
That's
if
impressive,
it's, you know,
actually.
bad, you know.
He's good on his feet too. That's
How
how
many
our
classes has she been to?
I think she's on her 4th week, and that
They
a-hole
feed
boyfriend
you
of hers,
every time you go there.
that a-hole boyfriend of hers that's doing it with her, last 2 Wednesdays in a row has had her crying he didn't even go with her last night. The Wednesday before, she left going, I'm going by myself, and in the end he showed up just a little. You just hope he trips over a knife.
No, it's interesting.
Tell us what you really
When
think.
they feed you, I just thought you'd
Mark, how many guns you should bend them over and clean the guns.
Stuff and stuff. It was just,
Yeah.
it was just
Oh.
like a lot of class.
Yes, Brent. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, he has gotten that kid's face more than once in our basement. Like, we're going downstairs to talk.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
See, I don't ever. They're all intimidated by me at this point, which is nice. I don't have to really say much. I just look at them and they're like, "Your dad's really not very nice." Just look at them. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
All three of my stepdaughters are experts on finding total losers.
Oh.
I think
they
that's
are.
I think a lot of girls are. It's amazing.
They go through it, you know. They gotta learn.
God.
I told Mark we can't play God in her relationships. They got it. She has to experience and decide she doesn't want to deal with the
That one that
bozo.
you
You
guys
know.
helped get the house?
Yeah.
She's on her fourth or fifth boyfriend that went to jail.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
she's got the savior complex. She's gotta
yeah.
save them.
Or there's guys that go out to find people like that. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
She wants a fixer-upper
Oh,
boyfriend.
okay.
And I don't know.
And they do. There's women out there.
Yeah.
that are out
That's
there.
no good.
But Stacy and Cindy are both. Well, no, I'm sorry. Cindy's done okay. She did okay by the third time around. She's done very well.
No, it happens.
Man, it's so
Of
frustrating.
course, there's guys that do the same thing with girls.
Yes, I know. You know, I got a Chinese friend from China, old China. It was all arranged marriages. He was married when he was 7. It was an arranged marriage. They don't, in the tradition of living together, no.
Yeah,
but the families arranged the marriage when they're about 7 or 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and she had she gives all the goats and stuff to the other family.
She has so many goats?
No, she has to give them away. The
dowry.
The dowry of the bride.
Dowry.
And
Yep.
but
I need 4 goats, 3 cows,
Yeah.
a couple of pigs, and a chicken.
And that chicken better be laying.
these girls now will go off to these factory towns.
Oh shit, Mark wasn't here? Fuck, I'm fucked. I already. What would he do if I didn't come back in time?
Oh, 'cause
I
you
went
need
all the way
them
down to
in
the first floor, got coffee, ran my ass.
Out of breath. Anyway, arranged marriages have about an 80% success rate where the marriage
You know why?
we have a
Because where they're arranged, they feel they have no choice. Therefore, they don't even think about divorcing because it's not in their culture.
Well, I think my parents
It's not
would-
success, it's being stuck.
my parents would have picked better than I did the first 2
What I'm
times.
saying is, they're probably not happy.
Hey, you're selling yourself short. That's not. You should.
No,
Don't
my
blame
pa-
that on you. You blame. You know.
No, I really messed up.
They're
the first
probably
2
not
times.
happy.
It could be, but they sure.
Mark, yes, sir, you weren't here, and I almost didn't make it. Oh my God, that's funny.
Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. Oh, yeah, I have some questions for Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. If you have any calls, get in. You can get right through, and I'll let you on the next hour. We have another 2 hours to go. Brent, escrow for repairs, how do they protect themselves? How does it work?
You know, that gets tricky for sure. We try in any situation, we try and get the repairs handled first. We recently had a situation where we had a buyer buying a property. There was structural damage. We got a bid. The seller got a bid. Seller says, hey, we're going to go ahead. Let's go with our guy. We'll escrow for the repairs. We were not confident that they could do it for that price. So we had the...
Nor do it right.
Yeah, nor do it right. So we had the consumer back out of the transaction. I think you run into a lot of very sticky details when you're escrowing for repairs because, as you know, you start to get into a project, you start to get into the work, and prices could change. And if you're the buyer and the seller escrowed the money and now you're short, it's going to be very difficult to go back and get
What
that
if
money
the seller escrows the money, but the buyers want to get it done? Do you have to, as a lender, make sure those repairs get done? Because it's borrowed.
It will be dispersed out of the title company, and the title company will have to see that the work is completed with invoices to
And
disperse that money.
you work with the title company, but your lender, well, you're the lender, but if you place the loan, whether you're placing the loan or you do it directly, you verify that one way or another that the repairs are done.
Absolutely.
It's not a wink wink.
No.
What if they say, well, we have a flooring allowance. It's not mandatory. It's just an allowance. That's just taken off the price normally, right?
Yeah, we'll just typically take that off the price rather than try and play with that and have money exchanging hands, because you want to try and keep it as clean as you can, obviously.
So to answer your question, escrow for repairs, if your loan is contingent on it because the house needs to have this to bring it up to its value and it needs certain repairs, like a heating system or something, the money is escrowed, and then a title company manages it. Then the title company disperses it based on completion, and the lender then says, okay, all is good. But it's not just a wink, wink, okay, we're going to get the money escrow but not really do it. And sellers escrow the money at closing, or, of course, the buyers can escrow it through their loan. The loan proceeds are dispersed into escrow for that, right?
Well, yeah, if you're, in that situation, typically what we're doing when we're giving someone cash on a refinance transaction, we'll go ahead and just give them the cash. They'll show us the bid.
That's for a cash. But what about home improvement loans? Same thing, basically. That's basically just cash out.
Yeah, it's just cash out.
So the appraisal then is not based on the finished product.
No, it's based on the current product.
Okay, and when they're buying, are there ever appraisals based on the finished product when they're buying something?
No, we'll base it on when at close. So if they're
if by chance they don't do those repairs, the mortgage lender isn't screwed.
Right.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Again, we won't get you in this hour, but we will have time to get you in for the rest of the show. We have another 2 hours to go. And when it comes to escrowed money, though, as far as you have to qualify, obviously, like you would for the whole amount, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the escrow piece of it is just for repairs and things that need to get handled. That's not going to factor into the qualification. That's more, typically when we see escrowed money, it's a negotiation between seller and buyer for repairs.
Right, we have more coming up. 303-713-TALK is our number, or 303-MARTINO. Don't forget referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
If you've saved a lot in your IRAs, 401ks,
Check, don't say anything out loud.
Yeah. Now, this was the one we talked about, right, already, or is this another one?
No, this is I don't know if
Yeah, that was the one we talked about.
Okay.
Because of the reimbursement rate.
Yep.
I got my money.
They still rape me. I mean, well, not me. They raped the insurance company, but at least I didn't have any damages when I was done.
I got my money from the Colorado payback.
Oh, how much you get? Mine's a bitch, man. I got to prove that I owned a company that I brought through a bankruptcy.
And it takes a while.
In order to get my great Colorado.
So Tom, you think that website will be done next week?
Couple grand.
He said once it's done, we'll get on the phone with them. They'll drop the link in.
Okay.
He wasn't sure about being able to publish the rates because we don't really have a connector to do that, but he was going to look into it.
Well, if not, then I'll just go in and when they're
we'll just go in and pull
someone to do that.
Isn't it up now? You can show them.
Let me see. I don't know if he put it up there. He was going to. Let me look. I'll find
He showed me the logo.
Logo's beautiful.
Yeah, logo's awesome. It's great.
I don't know.
$62.
Like we rebranded the title company we bought. Same thing. We went and bought it. I can't remember where we got it. It was $100 for
I know. We paid almost $5K for
if I can find the
like 2 years ago.
When we rebranded Ideal, the whole thing was like $15 grand.
So stupid. Yankee file. Let's see. No, that's just the.
We put a guy on the Sleesburg. He's not on the Sleesburg anymore. The guy that did logos and did it off of the picture. Remember that little cat in the wagon?
I gotta go get with our IT guy and have to finish fixing my laptop that crashed.
Mark?
What?
Remember that guy was on Sleesburg did logos?
No, but it will be done this week.
Yeah.
It should be done.
Oh, and he picked. Oh, that was one of my favorite.
Yeah,
ones.
it's not on Sleesburg
I'm gonna be
anymore.
in Phoenix Monday, Tuesday next week in our office down there, but I need to get together with Todd from White Street. He's down
I'm going to
there.
ask him.
So let me know and I'll get together with him when I'm down there.
Is him.
Okay?
Why did you remove the logo guy from Sleaze Brigade? It had to be you. I'd never remove
I'm
it.
departing. I'm out of here.
Who?
I gotta
He
go
was
get
the
my
guy that went
laptop
to
fixed.
freeclipart.com,
We'll see you.
and then he
You probably
sold
live
the
off
guy.
that thing, don't you?
Oh man. It
Are
crashed
you sure he's
yesterday.
I don't even know. Make Dan
My stress
search.
level is.
Yeah, I can bet. Take care.
All right, guys. See ya. Thanks.
Yeah.
Later, man.
No, I looked for it yesterday because that was when we were talking about logos. I remembered that one.
I'll look.
And he charged like $5,000 for that
To make a logo?
to make a logo.
I know some of those can be really high.
It was clip art.
It was clip art.
It was
right.
just clip art.
Man, we really got fucked. Boy, did we get fucked.
I've had some really good stuff made for almost nothing through a place called
Well, not cheaper than we got it done for.
Really?
Yeah.
You got it done for free?
We got it done for like $40.
Oh, yeah, that was cheaper than what we did.
Malicious merchants.
Hold on.
Malicious. Hey, you might want to take off Tom Brune. He made that right.
Who?
Brune, from
the
Brune's auction.
Fuck him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should, but
he made it right.
Or we put a note in there.
No, he was a jerk.
He was a jerk, but he made it right.
But we had other
he made it
complaints.
right?
He paid her money.
He forced her to fucking go to court and sue him for it.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't make it right. He was forced to make it right.
Well, it served the second
Dan,
time.
here's Dan. I love the guy at Bruins. Bruins is my favorite auction.
He is my favorite auction in here.
I love the way he kicked Mark and grabbed Mark's phone and camera from him while I was doing it.
I literally could say I didn't see a kick.
God, what did I miss?
The kick you can see in the actual video we posted.
Jesus, what
He
did I
tried
miss?
to sweep my feet.
What did I miss?
Bruins auction, his fucking brother.
My favorite
Your
auction
brother.
there. My brother.
Your brother. That's your other father. Your brother.
See, I don't see him, Tom. If you can see him,
I'm looking.
Tom probably took him down.
I wouldn't have done it.
Gross.
I don't even take that. I don't even take the time to do that shit.
Dude, he kicked me out, so I took that picture of him when I watched it. He was such a prick. Get out now. I am Richard Gross. I store fur coats. Leave.
Oh wait, now they're on the referral list. That place with the logos.
Yeah.
I love it. It was like $2,000 or $3,000, and we found it on freeclipart.com.
Wait, come on.
I think it was like a wagon with a dog, and they ended up putting a cat.
It was a wagon with a dog. Oh my God, what a ripoff! I think you took them off because they emailed you.
No, Mark, I wouldn't do that. Honest, I wouldn't.
Okay.
No. I really wouldn't. I'm really just.
How about Eccles? Is he still on there?
Yeah.
Or did Tom take him off?
No, he's on the referral list also.
Eccles Roofing.
Elkhart Fences up there.
Did you run down to that bathroom?
Yeah. To the second floor. Why?
I thought you could always tell when I had a shit-eating
was it not true?
The fourth floor is open.
I went all the way down.
Oh,
I was going to get coffee anyway.
See, you said you knew.
Does anybody know if the fourth floor works?
Oh, he was getting coffee, though.
It is. The bathroom works and everything?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just used it.
In fact, you don't even have to go to the bathroom. It's so nice out there. You can go in.
Dusty Lobsinger, remember him?
Oh, God, yes.
Which one was he, Lobsinger?
He took a bunch of money from the borough.
Well, isn't that the one you served in that
twice.
box and stuff?
Yeah, then he denied that I served him the second time.
But the big one was the one that we went to the place and she didn't have a roof all winter long.
Oh, yeah. God.
Remember that? We went to that market. And,
I love my headlines. They're fucking good.
Richard Gross equal gross dick.
The worst body shop ever. Mark was so that guy was such an idiot.
He was, man. He was the idiotic.
I swear to God.
Idioso.
What's that? I was the one that says it's not your amigo. Which one was that one? Actually, with Jim, he should be.
Jim Weiss, he's either the smartest or.
Okay, here he is. Decline is Stephen Klein. Search Klein. Decline his IT services.
Yeah.
Look at
which one is that on there? Where's it under?
What do you mean? What are his categories?
Yeah.
Shoddy services, sleazy, and preposterous professionals.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Centeno, and if you come to one of our stem cell treatment seminars, we're going to...
And I have tags in there.
I don't see it, Tom. I don't see it in mine.
Show you how you
Yeah, how come? I bet, Tom, see if the logo guy's on there. He's right there.
Yeah, no, he is.
I knew he was starting shit.
I didn't see he was under
Mark was accused.
How much did he charge? Let's go look. God, that was a good one.
There was the cat and the dog. If there was a dog, this is clip art, and he
No,
added
all
the
he
cat.
did was
he
door
added,
to
no,
door.
he added that cat.
How much?
Did he add the cat? Yeah, he did. Oh, and a gift bag.
He said he put in 21 hours on the project. I
He
could
paid
have done that.
$37.50.
Holy shit! Almost $4,000 for freeclipart.com.
Then he would said he would only do it for 500. So.
We should mention him just because he's a scumbag. It was great.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. You know, I'd like to pat myself on the back, taking calls for 40 years here with liars, cheats, rip-off scumbags, con artists, just basically a bunch of dirt bags that need to be exposed. We take the worst of the worst and put them at Sleaze Brigade. The opposite of referral is sleazebrigade.com. And I still don't have the ones up there. They should be up there. There's more, I mean. But taking a look at it, I'm pretty proud of it. And I love my headlines. From Florida to Colorado, scamming all the way. How about Chris Ford, Ford changes business names like underwear, and they all stink. I like that one. How about this one? Ken Garcia is not your amigo.
That's why I like that one.
How about don't get fenced in by this rip-off fence, Elkhart fence. Avoid this haunted house, Jennifer House. I like that one. How about Stars Plumbing? Their drain work sounds fishy to us. Because remember that? Fat chance on getting an honest job from Second Chance Flooring. Tom Bruin, a thief or a liar? You decide. Josh Olson, and MHA waterproofing is all wet. By the way, if you have a nomination to the Sleaze Brigade, 303-713-TALK, or you just want to get a problem solved, you want to drop a dime, you got a problem, question, or complaint, call us. How about this one? Give the finger to Lady Fingers Gardening.
How about this one? Let's move our bowels on AM movers.
I love it. And how about Dusty Lobsinger, a vile excuse for a contractor? How about David Anders looks a lot like a liar and a thief? Update, new phone number. How about this? Don Eiley in prison, and we helped. Shake and bake. Eric Laxon, lax on ethics. Greg Martinez, Country Concrete Services, started work, disappeared. This con man, Dale Eugene Campbell, shut down. And then this one, Damian Gunn, the hardwood hero? No, zero. Worst body shop ever. Henry Gonzalez.
I hated him.
Gives Bondo a bad name. Jim Weiss, Sleazy Auto Service.
Hey, did you ever put Larry Perez on the food trucks on there?
No.
Oh, we got to add him. He's bad news.
You know what? We have to have a meeting, a Sleaze Brigade meeting, and do that. I really don't update as much.
Who was the guy with the logo? What was his name?
Oh, yeah, that's I didn't get to the end.
My God, that was the funniest thing. I hate to laugh at someone that got ripped off, but this poor lady paid $3,750 for a logo that the guy got from freeclipart.com. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
No, that was Stephen Klein.
Oh, God.
Decline his IT services. I should change that to his logo service.
That was so bad.
Yes.
And the logo he stole wasn't even that good.
I'm going to change that to decline his logo services. No, he took clip art and added a word to it. And what did he say it took him how many hours?
He
21
got
hours.
21 hours to cut and paste something from freeclipart.com. You can't make it up, man.
No, we have so many. I'm telling you, these people we have hounded, and those are the ones you have to avoid. That's why I'm glad I'm giving you new.
Hey, I got to tell you a little bit.
Jim Johnson, remember
about
that?
Roof Doc. No, which one was Jim Johnson?
He took the asbestos out of the house and never covered anything.
Oh, and he put it like right in the front yard for trash.
Miguel Hernandez, landscaper, takes money and skips. Patrick Crossman is not.
How come Jay Lopez
accurate.
isn't
in
on
fact,
there?
he's crooked. What?
How about Jay Lopez? How come he's not on there?
Oh, he should be.
He's
Shane sucks and does lousy service. Sham cancer charities.
How about Eckler?
Jake Needle, jailbird contractor. Jake Needell, and then Jiffy Lube, and then Prestige Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Longmont, dodging the truth. James Edward Bach, lying, cheating landscaper and fence contractor. Oh, Jeremiah Lopez.
There
somebody
he is.
Mark went after personally.
I got him thrown in
Richard
the can.
Gross. Gross dick.
God, he kicked me out quick. That was one of the quickest anybody has kicked me out of their facility.
Jim John's side of the story, whatever that is. Jim Johnson's side.
How about Josie Rose? Is she on there?
Yes. Jake Needle, Richard Roop, real estate scammer. And then, hold on. Yeah, she is. She was Josie Rose.
God, she was funny.
This Rose, by any other name, still stinks. This is where
she was a what do you call it? A medium.
Josie Rose announced.
Yeah, read this.
She's a fake. If you read her website, she'll tell you a medium, mystic, and energy medicine facilitator. She further claims, I live life as an exciting spiritual adventure with afterlife communications and healing to share. Beware. If you deal with jiving Josie, you may end up like Gracie, who called my radio show for help. Several years ago, Gracie consulted fake psychic Josie Rose to get advice on life. But instead of solid advice, Gracie got fleeced out of $65,000. According to Gracie, the fake medium told her to invest money with Benjamin Fetzer. Now listen to this one. She followed Rosie's advice and got ripped off. Fetzer basically stole the money, and guess what? He's her son.
Can you believe it?
That was horrible.
And then when I go to serve her,
Fetzer is a phony psychic's son, something she never mentioned in the psychic reading, and documents show Rosie had access to her son's bank account where the money was deposited. Sounds like the ultimate scam. Here's the rest of the story. Gracie reported Fetzer to authorities, and he was arrested and charged with felony theft and fraud. After being released on bond in Colorado, he traveled to Illinois, where he was arrested again and then extradited to Colorado. He pleaded guilty to more charges, and he was ordered to pay restitution. Fetzer fled again, and he remained a fugitive for 2 years, once again arrested in Chicago. In June 2015, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, where he is now. According to Gracie, Fetzer has not paid any restitution. Bottom line, watch out for this guy and his mom, Josie Rose, the fake psychic. I wonder if she's still around.
When I served her, she didn't even know I was coming. Now, how's that possible?
She should have known. Yeah, her website's still up, folks. Oh, listen to this. Listen.
Oh,
my God.
Call, make an appointment.
Look what the front page says.
What is
Fake news warning. Tom Martino's podcast about me and the slander on the internet are not true. People who take pleasure in lying about others, oh my God, should not be able to get away with it, but they do. Hey, sue me. No legal charge.
What's the
website?
I can't find it.
It's called Josie Rose. Josier. Here's the problem. She spells Rose R-O-A-S-E. It's JOSIE ROASE.com. In Chapter 4 of my book, Greetings from the Afterlife, I address this in more detail. Oh, my God. Please go to this and contact her.
She's a complete and utter fraud.
Fake news. It's on her front page. Why would you ever, really, if someone stumbles onto this website, why would you give my post life? Why would you even mention it? Why would you? Oh, my God.
You know, she was born with spiritual tools, according to this.
Josie speaking. By the way, Maxine, go ahead, Maxine. What's happening? 303-713-TALK. How can we help you, Maxine?
I really did not want to be on the air because I stutter, but since I am
well, listen, I'll tell you.
I let her know she had to come on.
I'll tell you what, Maxine. If you can't get through it, we'll take you off the air. But I think you can. What's happening?
Last year, my house was just about scammed away from me.
Uh-oh.
And my bank stepped in.
How did that happen, dear?
Last year, a couple of folks, men, came to my house.
Yeah.
Who knew my trust attorney, and they were talking about. We started talking about a car and an oil deal, and they were talking me into purchasing a car, but instead of purchasing.
Now wait a minute. Did they just randomly knock at your door?
No, they knew my trust attorney.
Okay, dear, do you have a special needs trust?
No. My trust attorney dropped me because these men just about scammed me out of my home.
All right. May I ask something now? Your trust attorney. Why do you have a trust attorney?
I don't have him now.
But why did you? Why do you have a trust?
Because I wanted my home to be in a trust.
Okay. And why did you want your home in a trust?
Because I wanted to save my home for my kids and their kids. I wanted my home to be passed down generation after generation.
Okay. Now, Maxine, you do have kids then?
Yes.
Okay. And is your home paid for?
No, because when I was scammed, a lot of extra fees were added on, but I do have over 200 and some thousand in equity.
Okay. Now, do you have your home right now? Is your home intact right now? I mean, or do you need help getting out of something?
No, I don't. But I do want.
You don't need help?
Yes, I do.
What do you need help with, dear?
I need help to get my money back that was scammed.
How much money was taken from you?
A little over 8,000.
8 or 80?
8.
8. And did you write a check for this 8?
No, when they talked me into getting a car, and they talked me into reverse my mortgage. They added fees.
Wait, did you get a mortgage from them?
They came here.
Do you have a reverse mortgage?
To explain. No, my house, I was shocked to learn that my house was in reverse mortgage without me knowing.
Hold on. You have a reverse mortgage. How much?
Not now, because my bank saved it.
Oh, good.
My bank
so right now, do you have a loan on your home now?
Yes.
How much is it for?
It's for $175,000.
Okay. And how do you make your monthly payments? Do you have a check coming in?
Yes, I have I get Social
Security disability?
And I also get a pension. No, okay. I get Social Security.
How old are you?
And also a pension. I'm 70.
Oh, my goodness. I thought you were much younger. Okay. So I'm happy that your bank saved you, really. So you get Social Security and a pension, and you're trying to get your... You're trying to get your... You're trying to get your $8,000 back. What's the name of the men who took it?
Mortgage Toolbox. His name is Chad.
Chad?
Yes, he did not explain reverse my mortgage. He came in and he had me to sign his phone, and I did not know that I was signing his phone.
Okay.
For my house to go into reverse my mortgage. We started talking about a car.
Do you have a phone number for this Chad?
Not on hand, but you can. But Dan knows. Dan.
Deputy Dan, did you talk to her off the air?
Last year.
Well, tell me, what do you think's going on?
You don't just sign up for a reverse mortgage. You got to go through the classes and everything.
Well, if you do it the right way, but there's a lot of scammers out there.
I did not go to any class.
No, Maxine, we believe you. What I'm saying is this, Maxine, there are scammers out there. He was talking about the proper way to do it. Like if you went through approvalreverse.com or someone legit. But here's the thing. You wrote a check for $8,000 to somebody. We need to figure out how.
No, my house went into reverse my mortgage.
I know,
without me knowing.
But then your bank stopped it.
And those were fees. They charged those fees.
I know. We want to go after those thieves, okay? We will. Hold on. Hold on. I got to take a quick break, okay? Hey, Bobby, can you hang on with this boat storage, and we'll come right back to you, man? Can you?
Sure.
All right, hold on. I'm Tom
Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 5.
Well, the new Joker movie just opened, and some people...
So much time on...
She's doing fine talking.
This is... someone else is going to do it. I'm not doing anything.
She's bad.
Well, it's
Is there something to do?
No, she has to go to the classes either on the phone, you know, through the thing, or...
Daniel, what's your phone number? I was going to give her that.
We do this again, right? I'm going to do this.
I'm not having any...
Oh, who talked to Dan? Dan's mad at me. I'll make Dan mad.
No,
He expected me to do way too much for a steak dinner.
She wanted to go to this place to get the car and everything. Her son is like...
Get a car? This is so confused.
With the car in Boulder, and this Chad guy, actually helped him, drove her to the place. And then she says, he talked her into this car and everything. And
But Dan is going to yell at me.
No, I never yelled, ever. But it's...
I don't even understand the problem at this point.
Well, she said she was signed in reverse mortgage, so she needed money because her daughter was taking money out. So her two kids, daughter and son, are basically using her.
Okay.
And the son, I believe, had drug issues. And so she needed money on stuff, and I don't even know. But say you talk to Chad, her lawyer, her trust attorney, dropped her because she was coming in there and raising all this kind of stuff. So he says, you know,
just couldn't deal with it.
Just couldn't deal with it.
Yep. Sounds
I
like
sent all
everything's
the
screwed
paperwork
up.
back to her.
Sounds like a job for...
No.
Mark
Daphne.
Major.
Hey, I'm saying Daphne.
I tried to give this away. So many times.
I just...
Did you see this email from Mark Green?
Which I don't think he can help her.
Proposal to do a
I think she's just going to go into the next problem.
Let me just say, you mean about the advertising?
No, about...
I don't know if she didn't understand the...
Yeah, send it to me. I think I
You
did.
just don't sign something.
I mean, I just got an email
she's
from
just
him.
going to bounce from problem
He's
to
saying,
problem.
Mark, you mentioned yesterday...
So what was the name of the company?
Yeah, that's all fine. I already emailed him back.
I would have to look on...
I just want him looking at a contract for me. That's all this has to do with.
Mortgage
He
toolbox.
overcomplicates some shit sometimes.
Tell me about it.
No, everybody sounded... And as soon as I brought her name up, they go, oh...
You're one of the... It sounds like her entire life is a mess.
Okay, TSN Rapids. Hi, Rom.
I mean, you can call more...
Funniest Mormon in the building, right?
They're not.
Right.
They're a legitimate place, right?
As far as I know, Mortgage
Yeah,
Toolbox...
she just didn't understand.
I have a feeling she went to the class or did it online.
No, she did it online.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, so she did it.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I mean, they can lose their license if they don't. I'm not saying they didn't swindle her and trick her.
I just think...
In a legal way,
And her
is
big
that a
thing
way
on
to
it
put
was,
it?
why would I do a reverse mortgage and stuff? I want to leave my house to my kids.
Why?
And they're losers. The kids are losers.
Now, brown cow. Listen to this guy. Did you hear what he's saying over here? Martino, you got to step in occasionally, bruh. You can't leave it to me just to scold the man. Just because they robbed banks and they're in jail.
Oh boy, Daphne's not going to want this because she knew. She said, hey Maxine, what's it? I said, Daphne, take her.
Let's officially assign it to Daphne. In fact, I'll email her. I'll text her right now.
Tell her you
I'll go, good news, enter. Guess what case you get? Question, exclamation point. We might even throw in a Tin Man. Tom said if you solve this, 2 Tin Men for you.
You took those brats.
Being as if you stole the brats. My favorite is when she returned the fucking cream. I never laughed so hard in my life. I said, Daphne, the cream's $3. We pay you, X amount an hour. You driving down there to return the cream just cost me fucking $20. Oh, if she actually returned something to the dollar store, I'd fucking just kill her. No way, Dano. I'm not biting, bro. Bruh.
Denver's talk station.
Well, I'm guilty of just the opposite, not returning things I need to.
Yeah, that makes sense to return.
Well,
I bet the dollar store's never got a refund ever.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's talk. What is going on? Bobby says, I have a problem with boat storage. Maxine, we're trying to get the names of these people. Suzanne, I don't know what we should do. Dan, what should we do with Maxine? You've been
Sign it to death.
Isn't there a song called Maxine?
What does that have to do with that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
That's Roxette.
Roxanne, by the way. And Dano, are you working with her off the air? I mean, she does.
No. I'd like to say I was. I found everything legitimate. So I don't think she wanted to hear that. So I think Daphne
you don't
would be
think? Well, what about the $8,000 they took from her?
I think that was probably part of the fees. And then in order to get out of the reverse mortgage, this is what you're going to have to do.
Okay, if Maxine can locate any kind of information on where to get a hold of these brokers.
Well, I sent her all the stuff back, all her paperwork that she had given us back.
Okay, so Suzanne, ask her to just send me the name of the broker that she is calling a crook. That's it, and we'll look into it. Bobby, what's going on with your boat? Bobby? Hey, man.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, so I have this boat. I mean, I forgot about it, but so it was in storage. And last payment I made on it was sometime in 2012.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and
how did you forget about a boat? What kind of boat is it?
Oh, it's a 19-foot boat. It was a nice boat, but just life got in the way, and I was traveling for work and just forgot about it. And we moved, and
All right.
But so she contacted me, and the man, I think they changed ownership. I'm not sure, but the manager contacted me in July and, was asking for the title of the boat, which, it's like I said, that's in 7 years. I forgot about it. I really don't care.
Yeah,
about
you probably owe more than it's worth. So I don't think that's unreasonable. They want to get rid of it.
Right. And I'm fine with that. Well, so then.
But did they say the boat would be full and final settlement? You don't want to give them the title and have them come after you.
No, and that's what they didn't say. She didn't say that. And I've been traveling for work, so I haven't had a chance to go get the title for the trailer to give to her. But yesterday she sent a certified letter saying that if they don't hear from me, they're going to auction the boat off. And
all right,
but they racked up fees, penalties, rent late fees and interest over $4,000.
Well, sure. I mean, you said it was since 2012, of course.
Yeah, and so I asked her for a copy of the contract just so I could review it, just to make sure that that was legit.
Yeah. Do you have a contract?
Well, I don't have one. I don't remember ever signing one, and she refuses.
That could be good. That could be good or bad for you, because without a contract, they can say it was $1,000 a year. I mean, $1,000. Yeah, I mean, they can make it up. You need. Where's your contract? Or you're saying you'd never had one. What are they saying?
Well, she said when I asked her for it, she said you should have a copy when you
right. Okay, now if there's no contract that exists, I don't know. It's going to be it's going to be a fight. It's not all in your favor. In other words, you're going to owe something.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so what are you calling about? Are you saying you want the boat now and you want to pay a reasonable amount and get it, or are you saying you don't want the boat? What are you saying?
No, yeah, I don't want the boat.
Then
I don't want the boat, but I also don't want to be held for over $4,000.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Are they saying you're going to owe in addition to the boat?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
my
what
God.
The letter she sent yesterday saying,
wow.
They'll auction it off for, whatever they can get, and then I'll be responsible for the difference.
Wow. That's, and you know what? That they can't do unless they have a contract. I mean, they're going to have to, you're going to owe them something. But what it is, it's going to be up for grabs. They can't just automatically sue you for a deficiency if they don't have a contract.
Well, that's been over 7 years ago, Tom.
What?
That's been over 7 years ago.
So what does that mean?
Well, don't you have a 6-year statute?
For collection of debt.
Okay.
But not in this case, it's ongoing because
they're storing it right now.
Yeah, it's ongoing. This didn't expire. This is not something he defaulted on and never went back for, because he defaults on when he decides he doesn't want it. In other words, this is an odd one, This is really an odd one. You have an ongoing agreement with them. You should want to see the contract, but why don't you have one, Bobby? I doubt, you know as well as I do, no one let you put a boat in storage without signing something. No one did. There's something somewhere that obligates you to something. So in order for them to collect, they're going to have to show it. So you may want to just wait. And when they try to collect money, then you go to court and say, I don't have a contract. Then they're going to show one, and then they're going to get a judgment against you. Or they're not going to have one, and it's up to the judge what to do, and they'll do what's reasonable.
And it could be like automotive, where you can only charge a certain amount a day under certain circumstances. I mean, who knows?
It's really going to be up in the air, Bobby. I don't know why they would not give you a contract if they're solid in what they're saying you owe money.
Right, and that's what I asked her for the contract a couple times, and she said, "You got it when you
I would say, here's what I would say: I don't have it. Now, I would say for you to collect a deficiency from me, first of all, I'm not giving you the title. Okay. Now, for you to do anything, you're going to have to produce a contract. So why not just do it now? And if I'm obligated, I'm obligated. If I'm not, I'm not. I don't know what to tell you. Otherwise, I would just sit tight and do nothing. That's what I would do. I would do nothing. I would make them go through all the work, because the first time they try to seize that vehicle, they have to show a contract. They can never do that without a contract.
Yeah, and that's what I told her. I said, you show me a contract, I will. She's like, I would think you want to do the right thing. I said, well, as soon as I see the contract, I'll know what the right thing is.
Okay, where is this place?
It's in Falcon, Colorado.
Falcon. Why won't they just show you the contract?
That's what I don't know. I asked her for it, and like I said, she just says,
Hey, Deputy Clint, what if you called them and said, in order for them to do anything, they're going to have to eventually show it. Why not just show them a copy?
Gee, I don't know.
What do you think?
Well, they could do an abandoned vehicle, or I'm sure there's something there.
Well, they are a storage facility. There probably is a mechanism for an abandoned vehicle.
I'm sure there is. But whether or not they can go after him for the deficiency.
You could always take the bull by the horn.
How much did you used to pay when you did pay?
It was $20 a month.
Okay, so how much is that now?
That's 2012. So let's say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's just throw in 18 because it was partial on the other side. So 6 months. 6 years, 84 times 20. Okay, 16, 17, about $1,800, right?
Yeah, roughly that.
And how much is a boat worth?
Oh, it's probably, well, I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know what shape it is. But I mean, book for that is around probably $3,000.
Well, then it shouldn't be an issue.
So, but he's saying it's the fees are up to 9 or 10, right?
Oh, late fees and.
Yeah, they are doing ridiculous fees.
Just let them come after you.
Bobby, that's all you can do. If they're not willing to show you a contract, then you sit back and make them prove every step. But they probably can, just so you know. And they probably can get a deficiency, by the way.
How'd they find you, Bobby?
She probably ran the VIN or the plates, and the plates have been expired for I don't know how long.
You do recognize you're going to owe money, right?
Yeah, and I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem owing, what I owe. It's just it seems just kind of underhanded that they won't show me the contract.
Right. Here's what we'll do. We're going to remind them. Hold on a sec. We'll talk to you. And we'll remind them that they're going to have to show it no matter what. Our number is 303-713-TALK. It's the only show of its kind anywhere where we take complaints about anything. Problems, questions, just give us a call.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan.
I'm getting a shitload done today, contract-wise. So,
This report is sponsored by
Mile High Estate.
Colorado. Right now, the big traffic.
We're going to give him way more business than that's worth.
70 at the I-25.
Oh my God, we did. I think it was just over.
I-270. You might want to get off at 270.
But that was with inventory. We
No,
need to
no,
go out and get a bankruptcy attorney with our own inventory. That's what I'm going to do.
Pause that a second.
I'm going to go out and get a bankruptcy attorney.
270, though, take that westbound to get around that closure. A bit of delay on eastbound I-70, just past I-25 as well. Left lane blocked on eastbound I-70 at that location. Eastbound's backed up to Pecos. The weather forecast, sunny today with a high near 73. Right now, a few clouds and 59. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
Delta Dental of Colorado can help you protect your oral health so you can unleash your smile power. Go to deltadentalco.com today to see all of the plan options for groups, individuals, and families.
Jack, they will repair your concrete. Crackerjack mud jacking, free estimates. Here's the important thing. You don't have to worry about what mud jacking
is. It's a way to lift concrete permanently, and it's a way to restore the cracks back, and then you fill them, and it's basically a repair. I did my concrete and saved 12 grand. You can save money with free estimates, and if they can't repair it, they'll tell you. CrackerjackMudjacking.com, 303-410-7787. 303-410-7787.
Feel sorry for who?
Oh, did I forget to turn my mic on in the beginning of that?
He's going through hard times. I mean, he really is.
Who, David? I feel so bad for him.
Damn it, I did the temps.
But you know, he didn't know. I offered to give him some help. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I could help him. You don't understand. I really can help him.
Okay, email is sent, baby. Delete this bad boy.
I'm finding a bankruptcy attorney.
I've looked everywhere, man. I told you the problem. I've called. I've gone everywhere. Even the referral as well. Everywhere. And here's the main problem. You ready?
What is it?
There's almost zero filings. There's not a lot of filings right now. They're just, most of them are doing other shit just to fucking pay their mortgage.
Because life is good under Trump, right?
Well, according to the Democrats, it's not, but that's all right. You know, the nice part is, let's compare bankruptcy filings to different presidents. I wonder if people have ever done that.
You can easily do it.
Oh, yeah, it would be easy. Just look at the filings per year. It would be very interesting. Obama had a shitload. I bet Bush had a shitload.
Oh, there you can say Donald Trump.
Obama probably had more bankruptcy filings than any other president, if I had to guess.
Right, because of the time.
Just the time. 8, 9, and 10, boy.
Wait, did Obama take over during the recession?
Yep.
He took over after the. I thought Bush brought in the Great Recession.
He did, but it was a 7, right? It happened in 2007. Obama came in
and cured it.
Well, January. Yeah,
cured it. It was probably the slowest recovery. Yeah, it was a recovery, but the slowest ever.
Just tell me what policies he put in to do it.
If he came in and did what Trump did to corporate America and passed that tax cut for the big companies, it would have done the same thing. That Trump didn't do anything magic, but what he did, Obama could have done what Trump did.
Yeah, right.
You cut taxes. When you fucking raise taxes, shit goes the other way.
But also there was a psychological impact. People that feel business is safe, they will invest more in their own business, and they like it. That's why the stock market is doing what it's doing under Trump, because people believe in their philosophy.
That tax cut, though, was
huge.
He's
not trying to hurt us. That's what they think.
It was huge.
That's not the only thing.
Well, no, but it's the biggest thing.
It was
they
the
were
biggest
paying
thing.
35%. They were of all the big countries, by far was the most percentage on corporate America.
I mean, we had people
35%.
moving out of the country so fast.
35% on profit.
On profit.
On retained profit.
Right. Well, that's just like anybody.
Yeah, but if you reinvest in the corporation or pay out to your people, you don't pay that.
Sure, but I mean but that's like say I was on
most countries are fucking 20% or less.
Ireland, it was really in bad shape. Well, you look at those countries.
What are we doing now? What is profit?
20.
Is top?
Right. Corporate.
I've got but look what it did for jobs. That's the whole thing, the whole growth.
And that's why a lot of people went to China.
Everywhere.
That's why people went to China.
I've gotten hold of nobody today.
Well, stocks.
That's why all these companies were
stocks
keeping all their fucking money in.
Well, stocks return more dividends when there's more profit and less tax.
Okay.
I might as well not come today. I've got hold of nobody today, and nobody has called me back.
God.
I'm 0 for 0.
You never did storage units, did you?
What's that?
You never did storage
Yeah,
units.
well, hangars are storage.
Not storage. Well, yeah, hangers, but yeah, they're the same thing. Why?
Same thing.
I would say that once they send you a letter, they just take over. Like, what are you saying? All these auctions? and
Nobody's
stuff?
Nobody's going to let us auction off their airplane.
Right, right.
What do you mean?
Look at that.
Why do you say that? You can't get a lien on that property?
Well, he's saying they'll pay him.
You could, but
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'll bet you something. Well, what happens? If
Oh,
something
how about,
dies?
I mean, what's an old piece of shit crop duster or something? I mean, there's got to be shit that is very low value.
I'm sure people have auctioned.
10 grand.
So where do you say it's in delinquent? Is there a rule on storage units when they go in delinquent?
Can you lock them?
Well, they
Yeah,
go
that's
delinquent
exactly what
the
you
day
do.
you
You
don't
lock
pay
it.
on time.
That's you know what I'm asking.
You said delinquent. Like a juvenile. When do they become a juvenile?
When they
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713.
Talk 303-713-8255. What happens with storage? Well, storage is different than, there's all kinds of different storages. Like storage lockers, they go in and auction the stuff off. That's why they have TV shows like Storage Wars or whatever the hell they call it, where they go in and see what they bought for the auctioned price. But I think that when it comes to not having a contract or people lose the contract, the onus is on the provider if the provider wants to triple damage or penalties. Now, I'm not saying they can't get their normal fees. They can. If they can establish their normal fees, they can get it. They can probably even get statutory interest, whatever normal interest would be considered on judgments. I think they could do that if both parties did not have a written agreement. But to now start imputing damages, penalties, or things like that, I think they would have to justify it with an agreement. They can't just say, that's the way it was. So that's where Bobby, with his boat, has him over a barrel. But I do think they have a written agreement. I do think
Not only that, it's state law where they have to have a visible notice in their office that states all articles stored by a rental agreement and charge not having been paid for 30 days will be sold or otherwise disposed of to pay charges.
In Colorado.
In Colorado. And they can actually attach a lien to the property for the same reason if they have not paid for 30 consecutive days.
So Bobby has a couple choices. All right. And by the way, you can get your calls in not just on storage, but on any problem, question, complaint, issue, observation, or just tell us what chafes your rear.
We have to talk about that other thing.
We will. 303-713-TALK. Bobby has a few choices. Okay, when somebody is coming after you and you don't believe you signed a contract or you're not sure what the contract says, you wait until they come after you, and then when you are in court or going to court, discovery or requests made in court are powerful. You say, I challenge that they can do this. We had no agreement because, to the best of his knowledge, he didn't have one. Then they'd have to show it. Hey, this is strong. People have done this with mortgages. There have been companies that lost mortgage agreements. Of course, if you were United Bank or others, you just make them up. But listen, they got in trouble. You can get in trouble. So here's the bottom line. You make them pony up the agreement. We did call for you, Bobby. We have it marked as a follow-up. We couldn't get through to them. We called the storage place and said, we need to talk to somebody about his agreement. So we'll continue this, mark it as a follow-up. Clint, you have a number of follow-ups from today. It's a bad day for getting through to people, huh?
They're all avoiding me today.
Now, we have to bring up another topic. We're going to start by saying we got a call.
Bernadette.
We got a call from Bernadette saying her complaint was basically what, Mark? The actual complaint.
Well, the complaint was this guy
40 grand
took all my money.
30 or a lot of money.
30 grand.
A lot of money. And he took it from a guy named what? Cliff?
Well, she actually gave the check to a guy named Clifford Keller.
Now, what I don't understand is this is almost impossible to believe that there are two Clifford Kellers.
That's right.
And both are in the roofing business.
Yeah, one
now,
is
Mark, is that true?
Positively true.
Both of them are Clifford. Both of them are in the roofing business, but they don't have the same roofing name, do they?
No, the good Clifford Keller has owned high-tech roofing in this state for 30, 40 years.
He's an old guy.
Good guy.
Okay, now, we're going to tell you the rest of the story. But you better beware on this, because the good Clifford Keller is having his name dragged through the mud with high-tech roofing. We have no reason to suspect he did anything wrong. But there is another Clifford Keller, and Mark is adamant about this and did the investigation.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
It's happened to this guy 100 times. At one point, which is really funny,
wait,
the bad Clifford Keller tried to use the good Clifford Keller's account with, some roofing place.
So the same Clifford Keller's been ripping on this guy all along. You're saying?
He's not.
Well, yeah, he's not officially canceled, right?
No.
Salisbury's on the line.
Yeah, up until when?
David?
Yeah, whatever.
Till the end of this month.
Or whatever, the 15th, or whatever it is, I don't know.
I'm trying to make an appointment with
What's
Mr.
your read,
Salisbury.
bruh?
On this, what they say, I mean, like say they should have sold the darn thing within the 30 or 60 days and not keep charging them rent. That's what I.
Yeah.
So you can't just put it in there for 10 years later, go back and just say, hey, we not only want the boat, but you owe us all this rent. That just doesn't.
Inevitable law, wills, probate, estates, trusts, things that you're going to be confronted with. You may not have an immediate need. You want to plan. David Salisbury is the one to call. Or someone just died, you don't even know what to do. What's the first step? David Salisbury you can call. Now, David will do free initial consultations, and then he charges by flat rates for all work, whether it's a will, a trust, or some kind of estate plan. And he does special needs trusts as well. Now, if you're wondering what he does, it has everything to do with estates. So, if, as I said, you need an attorney right now, David Salisbury, 720-493-3911. Let's say you want to put that name away for the future. That's what you do. Or plan now and plan ahead. 720-493-3911. And that's David Salisbury on a referral list at referrallist.com.
Dan, you brought up a really
a couple
good.
of things for the show. A guy called yesterday on a chargeback, guns or something.
Yes.
He emailed the chargeback info.
I sent to Mark. Mark said you wanted to look at it.
Oh, okay.
I want to look
the next thing is there's an update maybe you want to mention. The guy couldn't hold, but guess a guy named Mark called about a vehicle being towed by Cherry Creek, and Daphne got that towed. It had been sitting there for a while.
Yes.
Oh.
But he could not come on the air. He just says, listen, I want to tell you guys, it got towed.
He can't come on the air, but we just helped him out big time. Does that not drive you insane?
This is the one that's sitting in.
I got $100,000 back for a woman one time. $100,000. And she wouldn't come on and talk about
the
it.
fucking tiny house piece of shit?
Oh, the fucking tiny house piece of shit.
Those a-holes. That was
I
bad.
even went down to that goddamn place downtown to get down.
And then he says, I have no problem.
He says, I can't come on, even though you guys are the only reason we got it back. I signed an agreement. I said, well, you should have came on before you fucking signed it, shouldn't you?
Shows you appreciate
the $100,000. You know what her thing was, though? She'd be embarrassed if she came on. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I bet you look at a storage unit contract, it says it will be sold within 6
You brought up a really good point. That they should letting this thing just accrue storage for all these years isn't right.
I know. That's what I said. And the most they should be able to take from that is the price of the boat. Now they can hurt your credit after they sell it.
Yeah.
If when they sell it doesn't pay for all the storage.
Yeah, because
you can
auction. My understanding is on storage unit, you can auction it off.
Hangars are basically a storage unit.
You can auction it off, and if you get more than what they owe, you have to refund back to them.
What does your contract say for hangars? I would say it's just like a storage unit.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly the same. It is a storage unit.
So then what does it say if they go 90 days without paying?
You know what? We don't
No, I know you don't.
I know, but you know we
the
have so many
contract
different
must be-
situations. But
must say that.
yeah, the contract
De Niro's
does.
being sued, but you're not going to hear about that on all the liberals.
Who's being sued?
Robert De Niro for sex discrimination and
his divorce?
No, his
assistant. He went through a bad divorce.
Hey, put this on. Kill that mic. I got to ask you about
his
something.
personal assistant.
I got to ask you about something.
It's not easy finding the right person for your small business. LinkedIn Jobs screens candidates with the hard and soft skills you're looking for, so you can hire the right person fast.
Anna Maria came in for an interview, and she already had great ideas about a new hiring strategy. That's when I knew she was the best person to help grow my business.
A person is hired with LinkedIn every 8 seconds. Post a job at linkedin.com/today and get $50 off your first job post. That's linkedin.com/today for $50 off. Terms and conditions apply.
I know what you're thinking. You want your carpets cleaned and then you're going to try to DIY it with one of those dirty machines from the hardware store?
Anyway, Dan, I would have to look at our contract.
Yeah, bring
but
it
I
in,
don't
because
even think you have to have a contract. I think it would judge. It's not even reasonable.
Right. That's what I would say.
It's beyond reason to let this go this many years. They should have auctioned off years
Because
ago.
then there's no way the sale could make up for it.
Right.
It created the deficiency.
Exactly.
Just think if you did for 30 years.
Now, does the law say a certain amount of
I
time?
can't find anything in there.
What's that?
Daniel, that Damon guy,
Yeah.
he was hiking, so I'm going to call him back here in just a couple minutes, so be prepped for that.
It ain't good, but
I didn't even know the update. I just said, hey, Dan talked to him and he has an update for you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to talk to that storage place and tell them that. I'm going to say, you can't go after more than the value of the boat because you waited.
I'm Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
5. One thing we can do, Bobby, by the way, on boat storage, and then we're going to go back to the roofing thing. If they did not foreclose, so to speak, on the storage unit and sell the boat years ago, you can argue that they unduly increased the money you owed. And they did not mitigate their damages. They purposely let it add up to a point where a sale of the item would never pay for the charge. They purposely created their own loss. That's a very strong argument. So that's what I would do. Then we're done with Bobby. So I hope you heard that. 303-713-TALK. Now, on the roofing thing, imagine this. A woman calls and says, I gave $30,000 to Clifford Keller. And what roofing company was that she said she gave it to, Mark? Clifford Keller.
The company, hold on, man. Prestige Roofing was one of the guys the bad guys owned. And then, let me see.
Right, no, so then we investigated.
Roof Doctor.
Roof Doctor. And by the way...
Ken Medina and Phil Ortiz own Roof Doctor. They used to own Prestige Roofing, which is defunct now. When they owned Prestige Roofing, listen to this. They ripped off a couple people that own a restaurant here in Denver for over $100,000 doing the same thing.
Ken Medina and who?
Phil Ortiz.
Okay, so these scumbags...
Yeah, and then the bad Cliff Keller works for them. He's the one that actually took the check directly from the caller that called to us.
He's a crook. He's a liar. He's a cheat. This Phil Keller with Prestige Roofing, and what's the other roofing name?
The other roofing name is gone. I'm sorry. The current one is Roof Doctor.
And are they still running Roof Doctor?
Yeah, apparently they are, but when we look, there's a lot of different Roof Doctors.
Yeah, in fact, we had said there was a Roof Doctor. This guy called and said he was on our show. He wasn't.
No, totally different.
He was talking about another Roof Doctor, and to our knowledge, we have no idea where that guy is.
But
that was the guy that was a real doctor, an MD. He lost his license for drugs and then opened up a roofing company. That guy, we don't know where he is, and he's no part of this scandal. Now, so Phil Keller, the bad Phil Keller.
Cliff Keller
with Roof Doctor.
And it's Cliff Benjamin Keller's the bad guy.
Benjamin, okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. And he took the money and ran. And do Phil Ortiz...
Well, no, what Cliff is saying, what Keller's saying is, I just was there, I was a sales guy, I handed it to my boss, Ken Medina, and basically Medina and his partners absconded with it.
Okay, so Keller is saying that...
But Keller's the one that literally took the check.
So all three of these
All
guys,
three of them are bad.
They're scumbags. Meanwhile, we hear from another Cliff Keller, and he says, I never took money from a woman, and my roof company is called High Tech Roofing.
And it's got a very impeccable, I mean, he's been around forever. It's a good company. He's a good guy.
That's too bad.
He's a good guy with a bad name.
Yeah, because of the other guy. So people, this is confusing, right? So let me go through it again. The bad guy, Cliff
Benjamin Keller,
is with Roof Doctor, who is owned by Phil Ortiz and Ken Medina.
That's right.
They also owned Prestige Roofing, who ripped off a bunch of people.
Ripped off a poor couple,
in our opinion.
Padillas, in our opinion.
Padillas. In our opinion.
For $100G.
In our opinion, the Roof Doctor and Prestige Roofing are scumbags.
And listen to what else the bad Cliff Keller has done. According to the good Cliff Keller, one of the, I think it was ABC Roofing, calls him up one day and goes, hey, there's a guy down here with your same name, but it's not you, trying to get money on your account or trying to get supplies on your account. So the bad Cliff Keller, according to the good Cliff Keller, has been bad in numerous ways in the past.
Oh, my gosh. How complicated.
Oh, my
I'm going to
God.
put this on the Sleaze Brigade. We need to get pictures.
We need to have a whiteboard.
We need pictures of the bad.
You know how the FBI has little strings and they connect them? And
yes. Now, the good Cliff Keller is High Tech Roofing. I hope you got that straight, people. 303-713-TALK is our number. Now, we have a whole hour to go. I call it the new Troubleshooter Show because it's extended for 1 hour. Whole new audience, maybe. You call in with problems, questions, complaints, and we try to solve them. Now, so far this year, we got a pretty good track record. We're going on like $10 million in cash merchandise exchanges.
Way more.
Refunds and services. You're right. There were some really big ones. So more than $10 million in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services we provide. And of course, we do have experts at referralist.com that we can employ to help you. Now, by the way, speaking of roofing, Tim, you want to give kudos to who? Tim?
Old World Roofing and Restoration.
Good. You had a great experience?
Yeah, they're great. I used their restoration piece. My dishwasher flooded into my basement.
Yeah.
From the top and caused quite a mess. They came in. They were extremely honest. I filed an insurance claim. They knew what my deductible was. They got me way under my deductible and helped me avoid making an insurance claim.
Well, thank you very much. We love hearing from people about people. So if you have any kudos, you can call with those too. We want to hear about the good guys and the bad guys, the people to avoid, the people to frequent. And that's what this show is all about. This is the ultimate town meeting live on the air. That's right. This is the ultimate social media live on the air. All you have to do is call, and we'll get right to you. So, Kathy, I know you want to talk about World of Tile. Hang on. Anyone else with questions, problems, and complaints? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm Tom Martino. We have another hour to go. Save all your problems for me.
If that roofing company took that much...
Some guy's going to stop by again. Do you care if I bring him up to say hi?
Who?
He used to be an attorney for McDivitt.
No,
He was
have
in.
him come in.
Okay, all right. Cause
Who is he?
He's bringing us his homemade brew. He
Oh,
copied
cool.
some IPA and he wants us to try it.
Oh man, I'm hungry. Hell of a brew. I want to have
Not me.
chicken nugget.
Chicken. See if
nugget.
he can stop.
You mean
Listen,
pink paste?
He had a baby coming when he was in last.
I'll
The
take
baby
good
was born a
chicken,
month
though.
early and is in ICU. So
That
ask him
fucking,
about it.
who's
They're
those
down in
guys?
Sky Ridge.
He's gonna come up.
Yeah, he'll be here in a few minutes.
The Mormons or the who's the religious chicken people?
Uh,
Fuck that chicken's
It's
good.
not Mormons, they're Baptists.
Whatever they are.
Oh, quit
Yeah.
calling them Mormons.
Catholic, the Catholic chicken.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
You know, they're also, they just did it, they're one of the slowest for their drive-up.
Who?
Chick-fil-A?
No, bullshit, man. I've seen the line longer than any other place
They
in
got it on
it.
radio this morning.
There's like 2 or 3 of them taking credit cards.
All I'm saying
Yeah, I've
You're
had-
wrong, Dan. You're wrong.
And they were tied
He's stirring shit over the chicken.
I've had...
That's right. That's right. He's against Christian chicken. Yep. You realize the Pope blessed each of their chickens?
I've had them in the parking lot with a laptop.
It's a
taking
kosher
pictures.
chicken. I love kosher pork. It is my favorite.
Is there a difference?
Of kosher pork?
Yeah.
Oh, kosher
What's
pork
the
is the
difference?
best.
What's the difference?
There's no kosher pork.
God, you
Oh, of course there's
kosher
not.
pork.
No, what's
I
the
love
difference?
kosher bacon.
Well, what's the difference between kosher and regular?
Well, according to my
Rabbi
old boss, Bruce.
No, there's way more to
No,
it.
one's
than
blessed.
The rabbi has
No,
to
way
be
more.
at the.
Way more than blessed. Way more.
Yeah,
They're bled in a certain way.
Yeah, there's a whole procedure.
Yeah,
to
but
it, he
can't
has to
stuff. Does it have to be an animal to be kosher? Can a vegetable be kosher
Yeah,
or no?
kosher salt.
Yeah, but listen.
So, according to you, a carrot bleeds.
The rabbi has to be at the slaughterhouse, correct?
You hear what he's saying?
No.
I heard it here.
A special bleeding process for anything animal.
I
But
didn't know
here's
that.
the other thing. It's a matter of what it touches. It can't. Certain things can't touch other things, or they're no longer.
Oh, that's kosher in like the kitchen, though.
No, but that's in the.
Those are. I agree, but
in the
those are also rules in the household.
That's true, but it's manufacturing process.
Yeah.
Isn't the rabbi right there?
They could never have their
I thought he was.
their sausage touch their bacon.
That's no, it's something. But certain things can't touch certain
No,
things.
meat and cheese for sure.
And because that all comes from the scripture
Does it
about a scripture
Wait,
about
doesn't have
you
to
can't
follow-
boil a kid in his mother's milk, something crazy like that.
And that's where it
All the
derived
Jewish
from.
dietary regulations of kashrut.
I heard, and I'm not kidding, I heard you can't, if you're
Actually,
not kosher, but if you're
back-
Orthodox, like, if you accidentally leave a light on or something,
Oh,
when
you don't turn it off.
you can't turn it
No,
off.
listen, man. We had Jay, who has Jay Fetter Jewelers. Their
Oh, yeah.
burglar alarm went off at the store. They got notified. They did nothing. They could do nothing. They couldn't call the police. They couldn't answer the phone. They couldn't stop it. They could do nothing.
Dad.
Why?
They sat there and did.
Because you, at a certain time, you can't do anything on a certain
Sabbath?
Oh, on Sabbath?
They were very strict. They wouldn't turn on a light.
Yeah, I mean, the people that are
But
Orthodox.
But they had things set up with timers and with certain things that they had.
But they didn't do it.
No, and if it went wrong, they had an alarm go off. They could not touch it. They could not turn the alarm off. Some alarm was on in their house going beep, beep, beep.
Oh my God, I go
beep.
crazy. I couldn't do it.
To the Sabbath, right?
That's the
Yeah.
only reason I'm not Jewish.
I'm talking about strict.
Yeah,
My mom
Was Orthodox?
converted.
Yeah, was she
I had a kid that
Orthodox?
worked for me.
she's
His
not.
dad
Come
had.
on.
But does she observe the Sabbath?
I don't know. I couldn't believe it. She's got a Jewish name. She's got the whole thing.
But why did she do
It
it?
took her 3 years. I didn't even realize till the end that she was doing this.
Why did she do it?
Because she's a nut.
Does she eat pork?
Is it
She
fat?
was, listen, man, I was born Catholic. I've been Methodist, Lutheran, Unitarian, and now I'm part Jew, I guess. I mean, it's insane.
You're anything you want to be, but
Yeah. Yeah, but if my mom converts, does that make me Jewish in some way?
the Jews believe that first of all, to have a Jew, your mother must be Jewish for you to be Jewish. In a mixed family, if the father's Jewish, the kids are not. If the mom's Jewish, the kids are.
Yeah, but how about if the mom converted?
Yeah.
Does that make me Jewish?
Yes, you're Jewish. You better not eat bacon.
Are you saying I can't eat?
You can't eat bacon. Quit
Can't
it.
eat.
Love bacon.
How much does your mom?
That's the only reason I'm
So
not
does
Jewish.
your mom go to temple? She's a religious Jew, obviously. She's not an ethnic Jew.
Well, she did do whatever for 3 years to convert. It was no joke converting. I mean, whatever you do, I don't know. I'm not
Say
gonna
if you're
pretend
praying,
it.
she likes the hat.
Kid that worked for me, Lee Kirschenbaum, his dad had those.
She converted for the hat.
What do they call it when they wear?
No, it's not a hat. It's do the women wear those?
Orthodox.
What is that thing they wear?
I thought.
What's the little?
Hat.
Do women wear those?
No.
No.
No, but women
She
have
didn't
to-
convert
Hold on.
for that.
Women have to have head covering.
They had head cover.
I shouldn't
They
say
had a
that.
scarf.
Jeez, if I saw my mother in a headdress, I
Do you know what some women
wouldn't
do?
believe
She's
it.
gonna have a
Do you know what
burger.
some women do to get around the head covering? They wear a wig.
That's the head
Oh.
cover.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Also, a Orthodox, a woman cannot touch another man other than her husband.
Yeah, but so what happens if you went up and
I
hugged?
go up, you go up
No.
and try to shake their hand, they won't.
No, I didn't say that. I said if you went up and hugged them.
They go like this. And then
Are they in trouble?
No, obviously not. They'd say, please do not.
And then what if I said, I know you are, but what am I? Then what would happen? Look, there are some real
So
That
you know
Lee
what
that
kind of
worked for
animals
me,
they have to
his
eat?
dad had to, he was, I remember, he couldn't.
They
it
can
was-
only
it was
land
Saturday
animals
that
that
they
chew
first
their
Sabbath.
cud and have
Yeah, because
cloven
we worked Saturday. He wouldn't come. He couldn't come on Saturday.
That's the only they can eat or not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that'd be a cow.
Yeah, they eat a cow.
Listen to what
I know
listen to
there's
what
something
technically they're only supposed to
The
eat.
Torah permits only land animals that chew their cud and have cloven hooves.
What is cud?
They like cows, they burp up their
Double
stuff
stomach.
and chew it again.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
Comes up out of the first stomach
That's
and
not a
chew it.
pig. And that's not a,
It's not a pig, a camel.
Well, how would a
linebacker,
chicken
or-
fall into there?
A goat would.
no.
Say hi to Pearson,
Well,
guys.
hold on, no, chicken is kosher. Okay.
Hey, Pearson, I remember you.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
Have a seat right here.
He's the young lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I don't know
And
if you
you
met
have,
Clint last
did
time.
we ask you if you had student debt?
I have a lot of student debt. Me and my wife.
We had a doctor come in, young doctor. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Yeah, he might have even been. He was right there,
Probably,
right?
yeah.
I heard
So
you had a
almost
young
give
one.
me $500,000 he's got.
Yeah.
470 G.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I got a couple friends that are doctors. One, he's finishing up his residency in radiology at Stanford.
What's
he's
he
about
got?
he's about $500,000 probably.
So
His wife's also a doctor, but
what
his,
an anchor to be wearing.
but he'll be making $600,000 a year.
Okay, so tell me, what is the doctor
So, I
starting
mean-
now?
We don't know.
I know. What would you say a doctor starting now makes?
Brand
At
new.
the lowest.
If you're like in primary care,
Well, at the lowest.
yeah, you're lowest.
No.
You know, guys,
125.
they're not even an MD. It's called
150,
an LD.
I would say 150, 160.
Bullshit. What's it called? There's
You had a little one just born early,
Yeah,
right?
born
Thank you
Sunday.
so much on that.
And
You know
how's
what?
he
I'm
doing?
looking it up.
He's good. He's a month early.
Whatever I decide.
Yeah, we've had a couple. We had one 2 months
Tom
ago,
Martino.
so.
Here, wow, do we have a show for you. You know, every day we get on the air. We start at 10 in the morning, and we take calls from people. We read email. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeart Radio app. We are all over the place with iPods, podcasts. And listen, all you have to do to be part of it is call 303-MARTINO and leave a message. We'll get back to you. Leave your name and number. Now, or you can call live, 303-MARTINO. It's forwarded here when we're here. Or 303-713-TALK. I wish I could define the show. In a word, it's help. Help with anything. And discussion. And getting things off your chest. Right now, Kathy wants to talk about World of Tile, I believe. Okay, Kathy, what's happening? What's going on?
Well, I needed to get some more tile for a project. We live up in Buena Vista.
Okay.
Went over to the Inglewood store, and it says closed for business.
Right. World of Tile is having a world of hurt.
Are they out of biz? What?
I don't know. I just know that there were several stores. No, there's still some open. Yeah, I'm told they're still open. In fact, there's some in the metro area, I believe. A World of Tile. Yes, I believe you still have some areas in Colorado open. That's what I'm seeing on the internet.
I called the Lakewood one, and it was just leave a message.
Yeah, now listen, according to this, which one did you go to?
The one over on Santa Fe.
Yeah, this one is that one's closed. Highlands Ranch is open.
Oh.
There's another Inglewood open. There is the permanently closed one. There's only one of them permanently closed that I can see. So did you go on the internet and just put it in there? That's what I'm doing. Are you down here right now? Are you right now here?
Yeah.
Where are you generally?
We're on our way back up to the. Well, we live in Buena Vista.
I know, but before you go all the way up, did you want to check one of these?
Oh God, I've got a car full of food.
Okay.
If I knew where there was one that's definitely opened. Then
If you also can do this, you can do this. If you want to send us information on the tile, next time you're coming down, we can make sure where you go has them. So
cool.
All right, that's what we do. We help people, right? So here's what you can do, Kathy. Suzanne, have her give her the information where she can send tile information. And then when you're coming back down, we will talk to people and make sure they have what you want. Now, do you remember this building permit thing? Oh, my God, was it complicated. Damon said he had a building permit in Park County and that they were jerking him around. He said that it expired. And then he said, in order to get another one, they made him agree to certain benchmarks. Now, I've never heard this before, but they said if you get another permit, you're going to have certain things done in a certain timeline. We wondered why this was happening. And Damon says they're just singling me out, you know. And I thought for absolutely sure it was the neighbors. Neighbors had to have complained because they felt he was screwing around too long and the neighborhood was in an upheaval. They probably complained about noise, or they complained about junk, or they complained about this, or they complained about that. Then he had a construction trailer and all of that. It was really just a mobile home. And I think that he was pushing the edges of the envelope. Now, he may not think so, but we confirmed that. Whether he likes it or not, their perception is what I just said. Now, again, perception is everything, because if the county says we're not giving you a building permit because you didn't meet your benchmarks. Now, I know he has all kinds of excuses for not meeting benchmarks, and again, he says, I know plenty of people who have had building permits out for years, and they're not rushed along. Why should I be? So the way we left it with him yesterday, Deputy Dan was going to look into this. This is Park County. Now, first of all, his current building permit and the previous one are both gone now. And he wants to know what can he do to get another building permit and to move on with his project. Damon, we checked with Park County and with neighbors, and we did some research, and basically you're not perceived as you think you are. You're perceived as being someone who has a junky place, and you're not completing your project on time, and you're ruining the neighborhood. That's not what you wanted to hear, but, you know, you call us for truth. You didn't call us to get a fairy tale. So we did some research. Dan, talk about specifics.
Hey, Damon, this is Dan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I called them up, and let me tell you, both Damon and Park County were very forthcoming. They were very, it seemed all good. So they said you had the building permit, and I think you agree with that, since 2016, and they said they've been renewing it each year. And, of course, one of the things with having a building permit is you can have a construction camper on there. And they said that camper's been on there since 2016. And the reason they're denying this and the reason they set up these benchmarks is because they were continually renewing these permits and they weren't seeing things get done. And
this is according to them now. I know, Damon, you're going to have a comment for each one, but it doesn't matter. This is what they're saying, and this is what, and they have the power. So go ahead, Dan.
And right, so you didn't make your second benchmark, and they didn't see any improvements in the property within 180 days, and that is why they revoked it. And they also said that there was trash and debris out there, and they also said there was leaking sewage. I'm not sure where that's from. But I would assume if your septic system isn't going, I'm not sure where you're putting your sewage. So that's what they said. And I asked, well, can you just apply it for next year? And she said, what they have to do is take everything off the property, because once you revoke your building permit, you can no longer have that construction trailer.
In other words, they want you to cease and desist totally.
And then try again next spring.
Isn't that terrible?
Yes.
And you know the reason, right? Your neighbors. How many neighbors are around you?
I have a total of 5 that are, so we're on a dead-end street. And we
Is this a cul-de-sac? Is it a cul-de-sac?
It sort of is, yeah. I mean, in the mountains, it's a dead-end street, cul-de-sac, sort of the same thing.
Is it paved?
No, it's dirt.
What size are the lots?
They range from about an acre and a half up to about 13 or so.
Okay. The reason I ask this is to try to get it. I'm trying to get a picture of the neighborhood or subdivision. What would you say the median, or no, let's say not median, average price home in the subdivision?
Probably about $350 or $400. There's one just 2 doors up that they were asking right around $1 million. So
are you trying to build a house?
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing it yourself?
Yes, all by myself.
Okay. Do you feel that the neighbors are impatient at this point?
Well, no.
So you think they're lying? They're not really impatient?
3 weeks after I broke ground.
No, I'm just asking a question, Damon. I'm asking you if what we're learning, do you feel is true, or do you think they're making up a story?
I think partial. I know one customer has
told me that I should move everything off my property and come back when I can get it built in 6 months.
That's right. That's what, and that's right. There's no qualms about that. They all believe that. That's right.
And none of these neighbors have ever built something by themselves. I'm pretty sure they haven't.
Yeah, but that's not their problem. What they're saying is they don't want to see their neighborhood disrupted for 2 years. It's already been 3. I'm not sticking up for them. I'm trying to get you to see that no matter what you think, they don't care.
Well, I don't understand. And they told me 3 weeks after I broke ground that they don't care. They don't want me here. They want me gone.
Well, that's tough if they don't want you there. What I meant by not caring is they don't care that you're doing it alone. They don't care what your reason is. They don't want their neighborhood disrupted like it's being disrupted. So what are you going to do about it? Here's what I need to know. I need to know how you're going to address it, really. Because, you know, we're willing to help and we got a bunch of information. But if you just say, tough, this is the way I am, you're never going to get your permit. You're just not going to. You know what? Life, I say, is its own teacher. Because no matter what Damon wants, Damon feels, I have a mission. I'm doing it myself. They should know better. They never tried to do it themselves. I should be able to do this. You're not going to be able to. You know what? There are a lot of things I want to do and I hate seeing done. But no matter what, they're being done.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
I can see his 2016
his
stuff here.
Right. So they've renewed it. So it's 3 years of renewing.
With no progress.
The big thing is
See, he's got
progress in the last.
it's all this shit right here they don't like. See it all?
Well,
This is where he's trying to.
You better be showing progress, or you're not.
The best move you can make in real estate is to hire Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank is with Remax Alliance. He's a Lifetime Achievement Award winner, 25 years of proven credibility. Frank knows what to do in a hot market. He knows what to do when the market's soft. He is basically there for you to negotiate when you list your home to get the highest price and get it sold quicker, and he has stats to prove it. Of course, he can also make sure you get a great deal if you're buying. Yes, he can work both sides of the fence. He has a team for each side, and he works with each and every customer. Look at his new website, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
This has got to be his spot.
So, well, like I said, a lot of he's got 7 acres.
Conrad
He's
weigh
got 7
when he was
acres.
born?
5 pounds roughly.
Oh, he's a healthy weight. Do you have a picture?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Building
5 pounds, 4 ounces, you said?
Yeah, and we don't know how big he was.
And this is his.
But
He
for
was
a
a
month
month,
early,
6
that's
weeks
pretty
early.
good.
He was 5 weeks early.
5 weeks early, that's pretty good weight, Tom, you know?
Imagine what he'd been full term.
That's what we were trying to figure out.
How long was he?
You get them in kit. They're a bunch of.
Yes. That's what he said.
18 inches.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Because they're hard to roof.
No, that's not good. That's when he's hooked up to everything.
How do you do plumbing that does that?
So he still has a breathing tube.
He
And,
looks healthy, though.
And this is I thought Damon was very.
Is he crying a lot?
a little bit. I mean, he knows when he cries when he wants to get fed and diaper change. So.
But you don't know when he's going to go home?
No, the doctor said as early as this weekend or a week or two. He just needs to eat on his own.
They're letting your wife stay there with him, or does she have to go home at night?
Oh, she comes. We leave at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that rough?
And I
A little bit, but I mean, it makes us be able to get everything together. We were ready. It's super early.
Yeah.
So.
I was so dang tired after giving birth.
Well, she was a champ, so
It got full, so we drove
Cool.
she did it all natural. So yeah.
parked it over a hole.
But I mean, see, Park County's the one that had that. Remember that certificate of occupancy that where that people got screwed, and that's happened a lot.
Oh, that was the best contract I ever seen. Even though this looks like a house, don't consider it a house. In initial here, you understand it's not a house.
But I mean,
You're buying a pile of lumber that looks like a house.
That's like I say, a lot of the mountain communities that happens is people just built up.
And if it has no value,
Oh,
and you
well.
can't even live in it, don't tell us.
Nor can you sell it as a house.
I mean, you probably seen that when you
There's
walk
no
when looking at
certificate of
stuff, right?
occupancy.
Yes, oh yeah.
People put up stuff and they just put it up.
They built it with no permits and everything else. And
San Luis Valley has a huge problem with that.
Where?
San Luis Valley.
Okay.
They
So,
just pop shit up.
well, because during the 70s, the government started selling off all their land, so people were buying it for next to nothing.
Plus, it's a bunch of hippies, right?
Well, it's weird. You get anything from hippies to like super conservative, homeschool Christian.
Boy, that is
Where is that?
oh,
Where is,
okay.
is that California?
No, no,
San
Colorado,
Luis Valley.
San Luis Valley.
In Colorado.
So that's like north of Alamosa.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Colorado City is too?
It's like where the Great
Where
Sand
was
Dunes
that?
are.
Where was the Colorado City's right off I-25.
Where's Colorado City?
Yeah.
Where they
right off I-25 south of Pueblo.
And the funny part is like you'll get a lot of like very conservative like
Colorado City's right off
Republican
I-25.
Trump supporters out there.
Yeah.
Well, but 90% of everyone there, like it's more of like the government got in my life kind of a thing.
Right. No, it's in
Attitude,
Colorado.
which is fine,
just south
but
of
90%
Pueblo on
of them are on
I-25
government
the west side.
assistance.
How do you know?
Been there.
I believe you.
It's a very weird dynamic. I read an article about it. So
Right. They got their guns. They got
What is
everything,
Colorado
and
City
their
known
check.
for?
Check,
Best
yeah.
known for the largest polygamous community in the United States.
On the phone.
Where's Colorado City at?
It's right next to Gilpin.
No, like I say, people just thought it's not the old.
A lot of them got evicted though. The FLDS.
But the reason I brought that up is they actually have big issues of like permits and stuff, building permits, the government coming in because they'll have sewage that's just being poured right on the ground and nothing built correctly.
They're
multiple RVs kind of put together.
Stuff and everything. They're very strict.
So, Douglas is like.
But a lot of these lots have no
crazy.
They have no power. I mean, they're completely off the grid. So.
Yeah.
That's why the lots are next. They're
like
super cheap.
If you got a motorhome with a diesel generator on it, watch out. Because they get stolen exactly for that.
And how they make more money is they allow people to bring in, dump their oil.
Tires.
Tom Martino here, 303-7.
713 Talk. 713-8255. We have lines open. You can get right through. We have a common man drop by to bring beer. I don't even understand this. What do you mean? How does a guy bring you guys beer? What is this about?
For once, I have no clue either.
Okay, he's a microbrewer, but actually he's an attorney. He was a common man because he listens to the show. And then he also knows a lot about cryptocurrency. Remember that? We picked his brain?
Yeah, we did.
And then
I learned a lot.
But I didn't know you brew at home. Do you brew at home?
Yeah, I brew at home. I've been doing it with my dad and almost my entire life. And
do you have a sample for Mark and Suzanne?
I did. I brought 2 home brews. One's a pumpkin ale, and the other one's a Dunkelweizen.
Ooh, what's Dunkelweizen?
So it is a combination of 2 beers, a Hefeweizen and a Dunkel. They're 2 German beers.
I don't know anything. I never drank a beer in my entire life. I just don't like the taste. And there are times people say, "I'll just try it when it's really cold," and I try it, and they say, you have to find the right one. I could never find it. They all taste the same to me. Are they different for you?
Oh, God, yeah.
That's your weakness, would you say, when it comes to
When it comes to carbs, it's my absolute only weakness.
Is it? 303-713-TALK, and you had a little baby. Is your baby still in the hospital?
Yeah, he's still in the NICU. He was born on Sunday, about 5 weeks early.
Wow.
5 weeks early. Wow.
How big? Like water bottle big there? What are we talking here?
He was 5 pounds 4 ounces, so he was a good size.
Oh, good.
So if he went full term, he would be a big boy.
Even full-term babies that are 5'4" are not considered tiny, right? Well, they're considered tiny, but they're not considered
preemies.
But they go full-term.
Not considered underweight.
They're not considered too much underweight at 5'4", even at full-term, right?
Yeah. I think the biggest issue with any preterm baby is just not all the wires are there. So just the eating habits, breathing, they always have issues with, especially at this elevation.
Okay, well, we're going to pray for your baby. And Damon, you talked about this. What's your baby's name, by the way? I like to pray by name.
His name's Conrad.
Okay, Conrad. I like that. Hey, Damon. So listen, what do you plan to do then? Like we got this update. And they're basically not going to give in. What do you plan to do? I'm just curious because, as I said, there's what you want and there's what the county's going to do. So
if the county does not get bend it or anything, or we're forced to move everything off the property, we will pack up the kit house into a semi, and we'll find a place to store that. We'll pack everything up off the property.
You have a kit house on there already?
Yeah.
You mean you have the materials? It's not framed, is it?
No. It's a geodesic dome, a concrete encased geodesic dome.
Oh man, they're thinking. Yeah, I know what you are. You're a hippie. No, I'm thinking. They're thinking you're weird. Damon, I know where you're at. Those geodesic domes. I mean, there was a time I even flirted with that many years ago. The idea of them are just. The idea of them are great. As far as if you do it right. Now, are you going to do like? What is it made from? Do you have the one that's made from triangles?
Yeah. They're all by definition, a geodesic dome is that you're thinking monolithic dome.
That's what I was thinking. You're right. You're right. Monolithic versus geodesic.
And this is a nice mixture of the two, because what it is it's expanded polystyrene as the main part of it, and then it's concrete encased to make it fireproof.
And then how do you do the interior walls?
It's already got a mold-resistant drywall already adhered to the panels. So when you put it up, you just do the taping and the outside seams, and you're done.
But then it's just one big room, then, right?
Yeah, and then you have the inside floors are supported by supports inside in the center, and then they hang from the outside of the dome because it's a self-supporting.
I'll bet you people don't even like that. Do you have covenants in this neighborhood?
Oh, no.
No, he said there's other people in the area that have these domes, right?
Yeah, there's. In fact, we passed 3 of them today. So.
What did the kit cost?
This is the first of the domes I was going to put up, so it's the smallest. So it's 27 foot diameter, and it was about $28,000, not including shipping.
28 grand, and is that everything to complete it, or do you have to add electric and plumbing to that?
No, it's just the shell.
The shell, and then interior walls. If you want to put interior walls, you would put down a sill plate and just do 2x4 walls?
Yeah. Basically, there's supports in the center, and then you hang from the outside of the dome. There are rods that pass through the dome, and then the outside of your floor, your second floor, is hung from that and then supported from the floor in the center.
Okay. Where can people find out more about them? I'm just curious online. Where do you go?
AIdomes.com.
AI as in artificial intelligence?
Yep.
AIdomes.com. Thanks. Well, listen, man, I'm sorry you got to go through all this trouble. At least we cut through the mustard and got you some answers. Let's talk to Billy. Billy, what's happening?
Tom.
What's happening?
I have been listening to you since the first day I drove a truck in 1981.
Wow.
Every day.
Oh my God, you're right from the beginning, man. Holy crap.
I know.
So
you're amazing.
We were 45 minutes. Do you remember the first show was 45 minutes, then it expanded to an hour, then it expanded to 2 hours, then it expanded to 3 hours, and now at the ripe young age of 66 it went to 4 hours. I know. So listen, man, thank you for being here. What's going on with you?
I'm going to make it quick. I know you like it quick, and you have made me not trust anybody. About a week ago, I got a text out of nowhere. A guy named Frederick Thull, Thul, from Gaston, Alabama, and he asked me as a representative of the Capri Sun company if I would put a Capri Sun decal on my vehicle, because I live out in Aurora in a real concentrated area for $500 a month. I sent him my information.
Wait a minute. He was going to pay you? He was going to pay you, right?
Yes, $500 a month. I got a check today from a company called P1FCU out of Lewiston, Indiana. And by the way, while I was waiting for you, they actually called me back for $3,987.76. After that, I got the check. He immediately texted me and said, I see that you got your check. Please reply and wait for further instructions.
Yeah, so he's going to want you to deposit it and send some money back.
I know you've been talking about
How
that,
much a week are they promising him? $500 a week, I bet.
Sorry?
How much a week?
$500 a month.
Oh.
For that, this would be like.
So listen,
months,
what do they want you to do with the $3,900 check?
No idea yet. I'm waiting instructions.
Good. I want you to stay in touch. Listen, man, I want you to stay in touch with us each step of the way, because this is a ripoff.
Okay, I figured it was.
Well, we know it is. I mean, I'm almost positive. They first say you just have to drive around with a bumper sticker, right? Or some kind of sticker. And then they said, we're going to send you a check, and it's more than you expected. So they're going to say, just deposit that, and then there's going to be a reason why you have to make payment somewhere. And this check is a bad check. You're going to find that out. Does it have a routing number and an account number?
Yeah, it's got 3 big long numbers on the bottom.
If you could send that to us, we'd love it, a copy of that check.
You know, I'm not really good on sending stuff through the computer, but I'll see what I can do.
All you have to do is hold it, put it on a table, and take a photograph of it in a nice, steady fashion with your phone, and then just...
And what number would I send that to?
Suzanne will tell you how to get it to us.
Thank you.
All right, 303-713-TALK. This is just a variation of we send you money, you send us money back. I mean, that's the variation. It all started, you remember how it started? The Nigerian scam, you know, the Nigerian letter. We're going to pay you this and you send money back. There are a million variations of this thing. It's always you sending something back. Or another one is just a check that you deposit and you say, now, wait a minute, what's the catch here? There is a catch. What would the catch be? They're not asking you to send anything back. What do you think the catch is? They give you a check for you to deposit. No questions asked. Let's say it's a $100 check. Why do they do that? Or actually, it's usually not $100. It's usually about $1 to $3. They say, listen, here's the first check. I know it's not a lot, but just deposit it. Let's find out.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning.
AI domes doesn't work.
God, I have a friend way back when bought a geodesic dome kit. Everything cost him a fortune. The foundation guy had to cut all his forms custom.
Well, you can put it on a square one, too.
Well, this was a dome, so he had to cut all those forms, you know, to make, and the inside form and outside form are different lengths for the foundation.
Okay. Why couldn't he just put it on a square dome and put it down on
You had to have a footer that matched the bolt down.
Maybe you could have. Why wouldn't you just run regular and then put it down?
They made a foundation shape of dome. Then the next expense he got was how do you shingle something that's triangle shaped? And then when they drywall the inside, well, first of all, plumbing doesn't do what it had to do, so they had to use all soft plumbing to make all those weird turns. How do you put a garage door or front door on something that doesn't have a flat surface? Even a window.
Well, hey, Tom, who's looking for you?
All right, time to tell you about retro foam, Rocky Mountain retro foam. They call it retro because you go back and re-insulate your home. Even if you had insulation, retro foam will be better. In fact, there is no better insulation ever. If you look at this, you'll know. If your home is existing and it's old and you need insulation, or how about you have insulation, but you know it's not good enough, go to this website and look at the video. It'll tell the whole story. FoamYourWalls.com. That video sells it for me. It fills every nook and cranny, every cavity between your walls with an amazing foam that never gets rigid. It maintains R value. It soundproofs your home, plus makes it warmer, more comfortable. It is so energy efficient. You can save up to 50% on your energy bills. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. FoamYourWalls.com. Call for an appointment. They can do it in one day. 720-676-6333, and it pays for itself. 720-676-6333.
I know what you're thinking. You want your carpets cleaned, and then you're going to try to DIY it with one of those dirty machines from the hardware store? I want the job done.
I'll stay out of Ed's way this time.
I'd like to say it's retro foam, how much water it actually...
Only a free hour of house cleaning thrown in.
What? When it leaves it, how much water actually leaves it. You know, one of the reasons they say they couldn't do ceilings?
It's too heavy.
No.
No, he also said it could be too heavy.
It could be, but also the water and stuff would go down.
Yeah, I don't know.
How much water was...
Water?
Yeah, so if you felt it?
No.
It's very wet.
Is,
Get it, and it dries to a... But you could run cable through it. It's soft enough that you could push cables through it.
Anyway, on the dome, everything that they did on the dome, drywall, little triangles. You waste a whole sheet of drywall for one little triangle.
Why do you waste a whole sheet of drywall?
Because they can only get one triangle out of a whole 4x12 or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't heard one Frank Durant.
I already did. When you buy it, I did too. When you buy it, It's already drywall.
No, this one my friend did was a pile of triangles.
And I think a lot of them are sprayed. You know,
You
like
guys, listen
spray
real quick. This is important. Guy emails us a minute ago. Says I'm gonna want to tell you guys about a rip-off builder in town. So I get him on the air. He's holding. I said, "Who's the builder?" Meritage. So a whole nother complaint. You know, I'm still dealing with the squeaky floor problem, Tom. Remember that? I've been in contact with their media relations guy. He said they'd be getting us a response soon. They did not like the reports I sent them. They said there's some obvious discrepancy about the facts here.
Let's just give out their number.
So anyway, now this guy's going to come on to talk about it.
You know what we should do? Let's find if they have a little neighborhood where they have open houses on the weekend.
About
Let's
3
go down
times
there.
per square foot, whatever.
And let's warn people.
unless they do spray on stuff like
It'd be
Dan,
fun.
I'm going to send you pictures for Meritage Home, so
Okay.
whatever he's going to be talking about.
Oh, I probably still have the squeaky floors on here.
Just to top it off.
They were really bad too, weren't they?
They were really bad, weren't they?
God, he's such a baby. Where does he get that shit?
What do you mean? In what way? What way are you? What are you saying? Why are you saying that?
Yeah,
Because I mock them like
Our
you mock
family, we've had
everybody else.
Okay,
babies
first
in the
of
last
all,
2 years.
Oh, really?
Suzanne, have I ever mocked anybody
Here in
at
Colorado?
any time
Yeah,
ever?
in Colorado. And you know, I learned a lot. You know,
Bam!
the babies
In your
are last
face,
to develop
Martino.
is their lungs because when they're getting ready to be born, they don't need them so bad.
And boys are the worst.
Yeah, and they were all 3 boys. Too.
Yeah, they're saying boys are the worst.
You need some Christian chicken.
And,
That's some good ass chicken, man.
The ability to suckle.
I will admit, it is
real
the
late
best.
to develop.
Fast
Not
food
like
chicken.
Popeyes.
I was really surprised
Popeyes
at what the
actually
things
sold more.
It's the things they need when they're first born aren't developed yet.
Yeah, that's what the NICU nurse is saying. So they're saying like everything's there.
Right.
Yeah,
I like
the wires aren't
barbecue
connecting yet.
bird
Yeah,
too,
that
man.
just
I
takes
love
a while.
barbecued
Yeah.
thighs. I love
Have
barbecue.
you ever gone to?
But he's making progress. So.
Oh hell yeah!
You know,
Looks
and-
good. That's her favorite
You know,
barbecue.
I don't know if you've ever been to old cemeteries.
How about that one down in
The
Parker?
babies area,
the Hickory
cemeteries,
House. That's
how
not
many
bad
babies
either.
were died
You
in
know,
childbirth
yeah.
that didn't
Been there for
survive.
years.
There's one in
Now, the survival
Aspen.
rate's like
There's 2 Hickory
99%.
houses.
You know,
One in
it's
Aspen
pretty good.
and one in Parker.
Yeah.
U.S. is not the
Barbecue
best
stays with
in the
you.
world.
What do you mean it stays?
Europe has, in general, has a higher
Maybe
birth
you
rate
do.
than we
It's the
do.
best in the world for decades.
What kind though? You mean like shredded?
Uh,
20 years ahead of us.
Any of it. It's
Yeah,
really
no,
heavy
Mexico.
barbecue.
I know like Molar City and stuff down there in Mexico. Like the people get a lot of dental work done.
Brothers?
I'm having dental work done right now. I'm having full implants.
Famous
done.
Dave's, Brothers. There's
At,
some good
Clear
barbecue.
Choice here at 61,000.
Yeah.
It's 9,700
I don't have that
there.
problem.
Same
I'm more
identical
manly.
hardware.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But because of FDA, they're about 20 years ahead on a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
super terrific
Yeah, the thing that looks
happyhour.com,
like a mouse that clicks on your cheek. It's not actually.
Wait a minute, did I say?
Shows
Oh,
up.
wait.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
13825. Simply Floors Inc. You're looking for floor coverings? They'll come to your home. Now, you can go to 52nd and Ward. They have a showroom, but they'll take all the ones to your home that you need. They have new waterproof luxury vinyl tile. They have waterproof carpeting, and they have all the conventional floorings. Here's what's good. You save minimum of 20% all the way up to 50% depending on the floor coverage because they simply pass the profits on to you. SimplyFloorsInc.com. All right. So, listen, we are getting so many complaints about this builder. We can always tell when there is a problem with something. We were the ones who first noticed that Elcar Fencing they're a bunch of lying, cheating, scumbag ripoffs. Elcar was a really good name at one time, and then the old man died, son took it over, went to hell. It's a terrible company. Never deal with them, in our opinion. Then we can tell when O'Mara Ford had problems. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint. And it happens like that. We are the first ones to tell you about consumer problems, about ripoffs, about cons. 303-713-TALK. Tony is now talking about this builder, and guess what? It's the same builder. Tell us about it, Tony. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Good, man. Tell us about it.
You know, my wife and I moved into a new Meritage home in Thornton about a year and a half ago, and we moved in. Everything was great. I went through the whole process. You know, they were singing their own praises about how good everything was.
Now, what did you spend for this home with Meritage?
$675.
Wow. How big is this home?
Yeah. Without basement, about 3,700, I think.
All right. So tell me, they should be kissing your butt to spend $675. What are they doing?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Well, what's wrong?
God. Have you seen these? Are these the pictures? You got to see
I
this.
just sent those over. Yep.
They literally have his air conditioner held up by a rock.
Is this? Wait. This is a $675,000 home by Meritage.
Look at the patio.
This patio, that can't be real. Did that sink like that?
That's real.
And what are they saying?
And
now listen, not that this would not be enough, but I need to ask you, are these the only two problems? Because you only sent us 2 photos.
No, there's a lot more problems. In fact, we lost power in one of our transformers, whatever. We had a 200 amp line just laying there, and the Excel Energy company told me that we're lucky our house didn't catch on fire. The reason that we lost the lines is because there was so much sinking along the house that it pulled the wires out.
Do you notice? Look at this. Look at this.
It's incredible. We're putting them up on Facebook, but I can't. I don't know what to say.
Is Meritage this sucky? What else is wrong?
We're just having sinking all around the house. They're not doing anything to fix it. They're coming back and just sending people to just put a little dirt in there.
Listen, man. When did you close on this?
May 2018.
How about neighbors?
Hold on, you got to do something soon. May 2018.
Yours can't be the only one sinking like this.
No, absolutely not. No, there's a whole group of neighbors that are sinking. So I'm trying to get in touch with as many as possible.
Man, they need to get an attorney altogether.
What are the neighbors doing right next to you? What are the neighbors doing right next to you? Do they have this? This looks like a line of sinking, like almost like just like it's a long line, like where they dug pipes or something. The way your patio is sinking there. This looks like a straight line almost of sinking. Are your neighbors right to
the neighborhood?
But is it to the right and left of you?
Yeah, it is. It's going to the right and left of us. The fortunate thing for the 2 neighbors is they haven't done anything to their backyard, so the fix is pretty easy, right? They don't have the landscaping.
Can you do us a favor?
I don't know if the fix is that easy. How's this going to do on the foundation at some point?
I don't know, man.
How do you know they didn't screw up everywhere?
Why does Meritage, why do they suck so much?
I have no clue.
Seriously, why do they suck so
Tom?
much? Yes.
I've been working on the squeaky floor call. Remember that?
Yes.
And they're giving me a little bit of a hard time, but I'm waiting for a response on that. Maybe we get that resolved.
Where are they headquarters, Meritage Homes? I'm looking at their
Arizona,
website.
Tom, but I can't say for sure.
Now,
they're in Phoenix.
They're in Phoenix. That's where, because I'm looking at Meritage Homes, and then /state, and it gets down to Denver. And they have an 800 number. I'm going to give out the 800 number. Here's what people should say. This helps. Trust me when I tell you, it helps. I'm not asking you to be a jerk. I'm not asking you to be an idiot. And Tony, we are going to take this case, and we're showing your photos right now. Here's what I want you to do. Just call this number and say, you know what? We are hearing about this on the radio, on a consumer show, and we cannot believe it. When I tell you people, his air conditioning is all but sinking, held up by a big giant rock, and his patio is completely ruined, and it just sunk.
And it's a nice patio, or was.
Now, just say this, too. I heard on this show that they're getting dozens of complaints and that your company basically sucks. What is the deal? Just tell them that in Denver, in Colorado, Meritage has problems and that you're hearing about it. Give them my number, 303-MARTINO. That gives them my name and number at the same time.
See, something's weird here because on their website, it says they're committed to quality.
Yeah, sure they are. Sure they are. Here's their phone number, 888-755-3290. 888-755-3290. This truly sucks. I mean, this sucks. I mean, can you imagine? They paid $675,000 for this house. $675,000. Remember that when that could get you something? Here's their phone number again. It's Meritage Homes. We have to go to war. We do. Here's what you say. We're hearing about all kinds of problems. Now, if they're smart, they'll just send us somebody from PR and let's work on the problems, get them fixed. If they're stupid, they're gonna call an attorney and say, he shouldn't be talking about us. So if that's the case and the attorney's listening to this podcast, let me just say something. You're a freaking moron. You should be concentrating on consumers and not on me. 888-755-3290. 888-755-3290. 888-755-3290. Also, there's an email link if you want to get on there and do email. I'm Tom Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Delta Dental of Colorado.
Westbound I-70 remains closed between...
In Phoenix.
They said, we don't need dirt work. This neighborhood's flat.
They don't do basements there. They do just a slab because of the caliche. And then maybe they're not familiar with
compaction tests, compaction tests.
They're contractors. They're not contractors. They're from around here.
You know what I'm working on right now, Dan?
Maritime?
No, my sister's house. There was a Woodbridge.
Oh, right.
Where the whole subdivision.
When you said there's water underneath there, there very well could be something.
Yeah, but the whole cul-de-sac, everything is sunk.
This thing looks exactly like something's doing this through the property, doesn't it?
Just that one thing, but he says it's everywhere. But I saw that too.
No, I meant it's
almost like they built one trench.
It's going down his neighborhood, I think. That's what he meant by
But maybe that one spot is worse than the rest.
Okay, I'm turning the mic on.
I wonder what the driveway's like.
Are you suffering from med-resistant depression? Depression's a terrible thing, a terrible diagnosis. What you need to know is that if you're switching meds or stacking meds, it's probably because your brain has some kind of a block. The medications are not taking effect. This is a common problem. TMS Solutions, transcranial magnetic stimulation, was developed to help you. It's magnetic stimulation of the brain that is prescription-based, FDA approved, and clinically proven to help more than just switching meds or stacking meds. In some cases, people have gotten off of meds. Now, they can see you and write the prescription and do the therapy or work with your doctor. Whatever you do, don't just keep switching up meds. TMSsolutions.com. 303-928-0499. 303-928-0499.
Where's that one, the Centennial? You know what we should do? We should go to one of these communities, man. Let's have a bunch of people meet us there.
I wonder.
Hand out Troubleshooter.
You know, they're big trouble.
Yeah, I want to hand out the Troubleshooter. That would,
like you said, under driveways and sidewalks.
Should I get, that guy is going to compile pictures and neighbors and their issues for me.
Get everything.
But should I give my contact, his name is Brent, a heads up that, hey, we're getting more complaints, here's the copy of the call.
Give him a heads up. We might be out in one of his communities broadcasting soon.
Suzanne, what neighborhood is he in?
I don't know. I hung up with him. He's going to get me all the address.
That's
I
what
can
we
find
should
out.
do. We should go broadcast live.
Mark, you got Lucy light on your...
I paid for it.
I've got a probe.
Then it's not light. If you paid for it, you got the heavy.
6-foot probe.
No, it was like 49.
To see if you have voice.
Oh,
beside the driveway.
That's good.
That might be a free one.
Do you have the headset and adapter and all that?
Yeah,
I do.
Just a 6-foot rod.
No, I got
I don't know that will work.
The only thing that sucks is the delay. I don't like it.
Yeah, but you want all the delay.
No, we've done it before. I just got to get used to it.
Fill in ditch or something.
Right.
It actually is not
Water's
bad.
just going through there because if there's water.
I just got to say over after saying everything.
Everything.
Know what I'm talking about, Tom?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Every house now, full cul-de-sac.
And that's 30 years old, right?
41 years old.
41 years old.
Damn.
But if they're, you know, in Phoenix they build completely different.
Sure.
I'm between a rock and a hard place right now because we're almost done.
And when some of these companies have gone to other places, they have to get foundations. They don't know about compaction. They may not know better.
There, I said it.
Yeah, but they still got to run through the rules and see what each county wants. I mean,
So how much time do I have left?
Nobody
I have
checks
to run to the second floor.
No, it's not tested.
You can go to this one. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They just closed the second. You got to go to the bottom.
Look, there's a little rabbit underneath it.
God
Johnny's such a child. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, listen, that's the
Did you hear what he
that's the
just
buckle on
said?
the kettle black. Jesus. Come on.
I know you are with one of mine.
Mark, you really like the movie Judy? You saw the movie? I'm surprised you like it.
The ending.
It has plot, rich character development, a story.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
The ending was fucking sad. I teared up, man. The ending is sad.
It's about Judy
when
Garland.
the audience came and started singing, and that one guy.
Judy Garland.
You know,
tell me that one guy. That one guy.
Louis
Did
Point.
not look,
It's the name.
he
Louis
doesn't look like
Point.
Joe Ciano.
Yeah.
Tell me he didn't look like fucking
That's
Joe.
true. There was a guy that did. In Judy.
In Judy, that one gay guy did not look like Joe Ciano.
Remember, they stood up and started singing at the end, and they
You
hung
look
out
at
with
him.
her one
He
time.
looks so
they
much
would
like
wait
Joe.
for her after the show.
I know. He's good.
Take her out to dinner.
They were cool.
No,
She
it was
lonely.
great. What a sad life, though, man.
She was so famous, yet had no one in her life that she could trust or had close friends.
I wish they did a little more on the behind the scenes with the
They
filming
started
of
with
the
her
eyes.
demise. They started with her demise and never got better.
No.
In other words, some movies, they do the rise.
No, this
and
was
then
not like that.
This was, they started and she had it done.
She was cooked. And most people, of course, know the ending before it happens.
Look, I'm Tom Martino. We were just discussing
Judy, the movie. What a great movie.
I'm shocked you went to something that actually has some kind of good characters.
Oh, stop. He says he's repeating what I said during the commercial. I said, I'm sorry. I'm surprised Mark liked it. It had drama. It had a good character development, a plot, good writing, emotion.
It was not Rambo.
Yeah.
He usually likes
which was
cartoons.
excellent.
No, but listen, you thought it was not as good as Star is Born, though, right?
Oh, God, I hated Star Wars. That was a horrible movie.
Mike's got a comment on Tony's house. I don't know if you saw the photos, Mike, but, man, does this suck. Do you see it?
No, I didn't. But if it's as bad as you say it is,
It's worse than we're saying.
Well, I'm just wondering. The guy didn't say anything, but I'm wondering what's it done to the inside of the house.
Hey, let's ask him. Let's ask him there. Hold on.
Sorry, Tom, I
you're
already
still
let
up.
him go.
Oh, you did let him go? Okay. Rob, you're next. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Hold on 1 second here. We'll ask him, though, Mike. We will. We're going to work on this off the behind the scenes. I want people to call Meritage Homes. Okay, Rob, your turn. What's going on in your life, Rob?
Hi, Tom. Long-time caller, first-time listener.
Thank you. Really, I mean that sincerely. I really mean it because, you know what? If you just let one person know about a scam or something, we help people. I can't tell you how many people came up and said, because of your show, I didn't do this. I never heard from them, but I knew it was a help. I love that.
That went right over your head.
What did?
He said long
I know.
caller.
It's a joke. Long-time caller, first-time listener. No, a lot of people say that, and they mean, I know it's a joke. But anyway, Rob, I do appreciate, Joe, you listening. What's happening?
Yes. All right. So I get a lot of phone scams. The one that happens the most, it's always a 720 area code. Same as my cell phone number.
They put in exchanges and area codes they think you'll answer.
Right. And the first catch, the first thing they hit you with is we've got free trips, and it's always from Marriott luxury resorts. And they always say, they introduce themselves. Sometimes it's a really smooth kind of sounding Southern gentleman.
What do they ultimately want, Rob?
They want to give me a free trip, is what they say.
Yeah, for timeshare.
Well, is that what it's working?
They're all ultimately for timeshare because and when you really figure it out, it's not a free anything, but it's to get you to a timeshare presentation. And the odds have shown them people will buy or commit to it and then want to cancel, but they still get some money out of them, that the cost per lead and the delivery on that cost per lead from people who take free trips is better than other advertising. That's why they do it.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
That truly is what it is. I mean, people who take free trips, this is something that research has shown because I looked into it. People who take something free start feeling like, I'm going to show them. I'm just going to take something free. They start feeling actually guilty, and they really start considering the offers, and the more they fawn over you and do things, the more you think, hey, I'm something special here, and then you would be shocked at how many people adamantly said, I will never buy this timeshare. And they go to these presentations and freaking buy them. It's amazing. Now, here's the good thing. Not the good thing. Here's the other thing they bargain on. People who buy them, there will be a certain amount of remorse and a certain amount of people that will absolutely not want to go through with it. But they penalize them. They still pay to get out of it. So they're making money there too. And then ultimately, there are people who have it for long term that pay to get out of it. And the deep, dark secret of these escape teams, these teams that get you out of timeshare, is that they have deals with these people, and not underhanded deals, just deals saying, look, let's liquidate this contract and get them out of it. They make money again. Then they resell the whole damn thing. Very seldom do you actually have people who keep timeshares and love them. In fact, I don't know of any, and every time I say that, I get one or two nuts who say, oh, I do it all the time. But here's the deal. No matter what, it will never, ever, 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 ever be an investment that appreciates, nor will it ever be anything equal to Expedia or Hotels.com or any other Travelocity or any other site. You can always beat the deals, because if you aggregate the expense of when you're actually there and compare it to the expense of always having a timeshare, you can beat it every time. What were you going to say?
You know, what you should do if you want something like that, you get together with friends with the same interest, and you all buy something and do a real timeshare. That's
a real timeshare.
Have a deed.
That's where you own something. That's integral ownership, or that's called joint ownership. Nothing wrong with that. If people truly want to buy something in Hawaii together, and then you guys, I know people who do that in Palm Beach, Hawaii, other places, they actually get together, and then they say, hey, here's what we got. You take this time, or they go online, they have a website, and they log the time they want to stay there. And they all pay into a kitty to pay for all the expenses and stuff. But even those can get expensive. But at least you do have real estate, and the real estate does actually, in most of the time, appreciate. So, Rob, have you ever been tempted to bite on any of those?
No, because from the get-go, I always assume that it's just a straight-up scam, and somehow they're trying to get my Social Security number or credit card number.
Now, in some cases, it might be. But the Marriott's famous for the free trips, and they actually come through. And there's so many restrictions.
I've said this. Suzanne and I have done many a timeshare. We'd never bite on anything, but we had one in Puerto Vallarta pay us $500 cash for 2.5 hours. Now,
and you really did it.
Yeah, and I got my money and everything, but I will say
Were they pissed?
It put me in a bad mood for the rest of the day.
It was uncomfortable.
It is. They make you feel like, you mean you're just going to take the money.
Yeah, because yeah, exactly. They give you the guilt treatment, which I could care less about. I just feel bad for all the guys toasting champagne.
Yeah.
And now they're part of the club.
Yeah, they crack the champagne and say, oh, congratulations, you're part of it. And you start feeling like, wow.
I kept feeling like, okay, I got about 3 minutes left and I get my money.
You know what carnival barkers are, where you walk around and step right up. Come over here. Hey,
let me guess your weight.
Or when you're in a mall, it's getting to be like that, where they walk up, did you want to try this cream or this eyeshadow or this balm?
Oh, leaving Sam's Club. You might as well just put on earmuffs.
And let me just say, you want to talk about real money? It's not a balm or a lotion or anything. It's a serum. That's the real money. And
serum's good.
But here's the point. That's how it is in Hawaii now. You go to Hawaii and you walk around, and they're coming up and hitting up on you. They hit you up like it's like a carnival barker. It's getting ridiculous. I just want to be left alone. How about that? 303, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get out the number. Okay, Michael Brown coming up next. We'll be back here tomorrow, remember, for 4 hours, 10 to 2, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Referralist.com, save all your problems for me.
See them all around town. Cintas trucks and their service reps taking care of customers.